You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. Here with your boy Q Hicks. Right now, I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Q&E Podcast. We got Derrick joining us again this evening. Say what's up, Derrick.
What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me back.
No problem. We know we had to get you on, bro, because everything that happened to you in this past week. I know it's hard for you being a sports fan right now.
This has been a very depressing weekend.
I feel it. I want you to express yourself on this podcast. It's an open space.
Trust me.
Space.
Trust me, I will.
It's the opposite for me because Lightning won the Stanley Cup. We got the Rays making a playoff run, and Tampa will be in the Super Bowl. So
this is what I don't like about y'all and what y'all doing now. Because y'all always leave out the heat. Y'all always leave out the heat. That's why I know y'all niggas do not believe. Y'all niggas never believe.
I'm talking about the Tampa Bay area. What's he talking about? I'm talking about the Tampa Bay area.
We talking about Florida. Include the heat.
I'm talking about the Tampa Bay. I'm talking about the hometown area right now.
Because I be seeing that junk a lot, but it was like I be seeing the Lightning, the Rays, the Bucks.
Yeah.
Man, like the heat not right there.
They're not. They're way in South Florida.
I be like, y'all really don't believe, bro. Y'all don't even gonna fake it.
They're literally
at the series yet.
They're literally at the bottom of the state. Now, if you're a Dolphins fan, you can include them.
I mean, but they are actually close to you because they're in Orlando.
That's true.
You know,
so. they need to throw the heat in that. That's all I know. They need to throw the heat in there.
I mean, I personally would throw the heat in there, but just for a general statement, I'm not throwing them in there.
I bet that. All right, man. So this is our sports podcast. If this is your first time tuning in to the Q&E Podcast, definitely welcome. We have 4 segments with the Q&E Podcast. We have the sports. We got 5, don't we? We got 2 Wild Wednesday, social media wants to know, and entertainment. So no ideas for. So we got 4 segments of the Q&E Podcast. We are expanded, so we appreciate you for tuning in. We're going to start off with the first, football. Biggest game of the year, they said. They said this is going to knock everybody's socks off, they said. Ended up being a real snoozer fest. Chiefs versus Ravens. Edgar, bro, what was your first reaction to the game, dog?
My first reaction to it was this is the game of the year. You got Pat Mahomes, you got Lamar Jackson, both MVP winners and both on the 2 best teams in the AFC. So I'm like, yeah, this is going to be the game of the year. I told Quincy, I was like, this might be the highest scoring game of the year, which it wasn't. But I really had high expectations going into this. I thought it was going to be a shootout. Patrick Mahomes did what he did, but the Ravens, Lamar Jackson said it. They're our kryptonite. The Ravens knew they had their number by the end of the game, and
Did he say that for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said they're our kryptonite.
Yeah, I would never have said that.
Why did he say that?
But I mean, it's true. As a player,
that's true. You don't say it though.
No, but as a player, as the leader of the team, I can't be mad if you said that because if, like, let's say LeBron said that about a team, it's like, hey, well, if LeBron said it, then shit, we can clearly say it. So.
Hey man, I would have said that in the locker room to talk to the players. My teammates would just be like, "Hey guys, this seems to be our kryptonite. Let's figure out a way to turn this around."
I ain't mad at him for saying that. I'm
not mad at him either, but I wouldn't have said that.
That ain't either, bro. You taking the confidence away from your team at that point, bro.
That's not taking the confidence away.
Yeah,
that's not
bro. By saying that you're kryptonite. So what if you see them in the playoffs?
We're gonna be better.
Lamar said they were our kryptonite, so hey,
we obviously gonna be better later down the road by the time we play them again.
Because he hasn't shown up in the playoffs.
And the same issue I have with Lamar showed up on Monday night. If he gets down by 2 touchdowns, can he pull you out of the hole? Right. And that's the thing I have with Lamar. It's like, yeah, he looks great when he's in front. When the offense is, when you can run the ball, when he can do the play action and all that. But when you're down by 2 touchdowns and he needs to pull you out of a hole, at this point in his career, he hasn't shown me that he can. So that's the problem I have with him right now. Still a great quarterback.
Is it more on play call or his ability?
I wouldn't even say
might be talent around him. I don't think he has enough talent around him, wide receiver wise, honestly.
I wouldn't say that. I feel like it's a it's a mental immaturity type thing.
It
I
could be
don't
that
think
too.
it's his ability, and I don't think it's the coaching at all. And I don't even think it's the talent around him because, like you said, when they're in front, the talent has no problem of continuing what they're doing. And even when it's a close game, the talent shows up and they step up and they know how to take the lead. It's just when they're down, can Lamar mentally prepare himself to go in the game and pull them out? So I feel like it's more so of a mental thing and him still being fairly new to the game at this point. I feel like a few years later from now, we'll see him in situations where he could pull people out. Patrick Mahomes has just hit that milestone much quicker, which is why the gap between he and Lamar is so big right now.
But that could be a hindrance on his career if you're used to being in front so much that you're not used to being behind. So now you don't really have that experience to go off of because a lot of these quarterbacks come from sorry organizations, so they have to pull the organization from their bootstraps to come back at the end of games and things like that. But he came into a great situation where he was front running from the beginning. So he's not used to deficits like that. So he, like you said, he doesn't have that experience or maturity yet. So we have to see him grow into it and see him have the experience with deficits, I would say. So do we all agree that this is a fluke for Lamar? Are we going to see this later down the road as well?
I don't think it's a fluke. I just think that's where he is right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a
I'm just saying like the struggling that he did on Monday night because he looked bad.
Yeah, Monday night he looked bad. The team as a whole looked bad. It's clear that the Chiefs have their number. That is the one team that the Ravens just can't seem to beat. I think they're 0-3 against them, and 0-5 in total against people in the playoffs. So I feel like in order to get over that hump, they're gonna have to come together as a group and be like, look, this is the team that we know we have a problem with up here and on the field. So I feel like by the time playoff time comes, they'll have it all figured out because they're still gonna win majority of the rest of their games.
Oh,
so
for sure.
I'm not worried about their confidence throughout the season. It's just when they face them again, what's gonna be the outcome?
You know, it's funny because they built this team around stopping the Chiefs. And they came nowhere close to stopping the Chiefs. So I'm like, if you built this team to stop them and you came nowhere close, where do you go from here? Should we reign the Chiefs Super Bowl champions already, bro? Derrick, let me know.
Super Bowl favorites.
Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl favorites.
The Raven?
No, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
I think they're probably the most complete team right now. I mean, I don't.
It's crazy because we was just saying that about Baltimore literally not a week ago.
Yeah. They're the most complete team, man. And I like what I'm seeing with New England too. It's gonna be interesting, man. I like what I'm seeing with them. I can't say what I want to say, but you know.
Nah, say it. Hey, make the mic hot. Make the mic hot, man. Make the mic hot, man.
What I wanted to say was, my team would be in contention. That's not happening, though.
Nope.
I don't.
Yeah, then next time we just won't let you say.
I thought you were going to say some shit about Cam. I'm thinking we're going to transition to some shit.
Honestly, though, Cam should. I hope they give him like
pieces,
a actual contract. Like, that should be the place that he stays. I'm kind of concerned because I know, like, before the season started, everyone was talking about Stidham. Like, they had all this confidence in Stidham.
He's not the guy.
Oh,
He's not
man, look, if they let Cam go for Stidham,
especially if they have a good
Bill Belichick
season,
dumber than I thought.
That'll be the first and only dumb thing I've ever seen Bill Belichick do.
Right.
He made some questionable decisions now.
Questionable,
dumb.
not dumb. Like, he's never made a dumb decision.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
He's made questionable decisions.
I'll be honest though, if he does leave, I would not mind seeing him in Atlanta. I would not mind.
Thank you, Derrick. Thank you. I keep telling everybody
all the
this.
sense in the world, man.
This is all a plan.
How is he going to get there with Matt Ryan's contract?
This is all they plan to get to Atlanta.
What is his contract?
It's like for 3 more years after this.
No, he got like 2. He got like 2 more years.
Look it up. I swear it was for 3 more after this.
Y'all keep going. I'll look that up.
But why do you like him in Atlanta though?
It makes sense. He adds a different dynamic to that team. Matt Ryan is not Cam Newton.
He's not.
He is not Cam Newton. And
but would they still be getting comeback on if Cam was the quarterback? Do you think it's more coaching, or do you blame Matt Ryan for these comebacks that have happened to Atlanta?
Oh, that's coaching more so. But it's also players. So like the game against Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Everybody is literally just standing there. Letting the ball go right by you. And that's not coaching. That's the players. So I think it's a mixture of both. Coaching and Matt Ryan. I just think
they say the deal runs through 2023.
2020. Oh yeah. Okay.
So how you gonna get up that contract, bro?
So after this season, he will have two more years.
Yeah. Unless they decide to trade him. There's
a couple teams that would want Matt Ryan.
Denver.
Damn, just gonna give up Drew Lock like that?
Denver?
Hey,
no.
He's better than Drew Lock. Don't get me wrong, he's better than Drew Lock.
But
that's what I'm saying.
I would trust Drew Lock to grow with that system, especially after all the wide out talent that they just got. I'm keeping Drew Lock for the future.
It would be interesting to see. That's all I'm saying. I think Cam in Atlanta, if they can make it work, would make complete sense.
If they can make it work, it makes sense. Todd Gurley, Julio, Calvin Ridley.
I'm not so high on Todd Gurley right now.
No, I'm just saying with Cam Newton as opposed to with Matt Ryan.
Oh yeah.
That duo sounds way better.
Flourish with that man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's scary, bro. That is scary. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
Is Todd Gurley still playing carries right now?
You said what?
Is he splitting carries right now? Is he still splitting carries?
I'm not sure. I ain't really been watching it run game.
I think he's still splitting carries.
I watched, I think, the first game because our game was so trash. I ended up turning it and just watching them. So I really don't know. I'm just depressed at this point.
Yeah, I feel it. But we're just going to skip right to the Bengals and Eagles game so we can dive right into it. You know what I'm saying? Head first. All right, bro. First question. Bengals versus Eagles. Is Wentz garbage? Let's hear it.
No.
Explain.
Okay. So
elaborate.
The offensive line is injured. Brandon Brooks is out for the year. Andre Dillard is out for the year. So you had, and I really don't know why Jason Peters got put to left tackle. That's, and you know what? He stole money from Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson restructured his contract so that Jason Peters would get paid to be over there, to go back to his old spot. Jason Peters really tried to hold the team for ransom to get a raise to go back to that position. And you saw what happened on Sunday. He got beat almost every play.
Yeah.
Like he faked an injury just to get out the game and catch his breath.
Literally.
So
I'm like, what is this? This is
I don't want to see him anymore. I wanted Peters gone. I was actually glad last season ended when it did, because that thought to me, I was like, okay, that means he's gone. Andre Dillard just takes over, which was the plan, which was going to actually happen. But now, he got injured. So I don't say Wentz is trash. He's not garbage. I think the offensive line needs help, and I think Doug Peterson seriously needs help. He's over there. He wants to take charge of play calls. Frank Reich, he's not like this ultimate genius offensively, but he's significantly better at making play calls than Doug Peterson is. So
I was hearing a trade suggestion this week that Carson Wentz get traded to Indianapolis after this season to get hooked back up with Frank Reich.
For who? Who we trade?
A couple first round picks. I don't know.
No,
I don't like him over there in Philly anymore. Y'all wish he was in jail.
That's not true.
Acting like y'all want to jump shit for Jalen Hurts.
That trade does not make sense.
It doesn't.
Wow.
But there are
couple
people.
First round picks.
And he's got $150 million contract, $30 million contract.
Whoa.
So it doesn't.
So who is the problem? What is the problem with that trade though? You have a problem with Eagles if you're the Eagles, or if you're the Colts?
I don't think either team would do that trade.
Yeah, I don't think
the Colts would definitely do that trade if Phillip Rivers left next season.
I don't think either trade. Yeah, and I don't think Phillip Rivers is leaving. That's the thing. I don't think.
I'm mad I brought it up. Let's go back to the Eagles. Let's get back to the Eagles. I'm mad I brought it up. Let's get back to the Eagles, man.
There are people that are on social media that are saying that Wentz should get benched for Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I agree.
Because tell me how a rookie is going to come in and do better with his offensive line than Carson Wentz is right now.
Way more mobile.
He is more mobile, but that's why I like him out there with Wentz, right? I like the disguise. I don't want Hurts out there by himself. I honestly don't want Wentz out there by himself either, but at least he has more experience with an offensive line that's gone down like this than Hurts.
But I feel like Wentz is not the entire problem of the Eagles, but he is the majority problem right now. We have to just come to realization and say that he's the main.
He's been playing bad.
Do you agree that he has regressed?
He's been playing bad. I don't think he regressed in terms of his ability, but he's been playing horrible this season.
I was about to say he's definitely below average.
Yeah, this is not how he plays.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I think Doug Peterson needs to be evaluated, and I think Howie Roseman needs to have someone come in and help him with talent evaluation.
Because honestly, I feel like I remember when Wentz and Dak, everybody had them kind of in the same stratosphere for a moment. It's like, who's going to be better, Dak or Wentz? They're like neck and neck at a moment. And now we're clearly seeing that Dak is the obvious better between the two right now. But I don't feel like it's necessarily because – I don't feel like it's really because talent. I feel like it's because Dak just knows how to play better under pressure. He knows how to make big plays, whether he does or does not.
I think it's a situation thing too, though.
I think it is.
But it is. But I feel like regardless of the O-line, we've seen great quarterbacks or potentially great quarterbacks do way better than what Wentz is doing with a trash O-line. We've seen it before. So he can get it done. It's just will.
He can. I'll say this, though. I think one issue is the fact that Marquise Goodwin decided to opt out, right? So he built rapport with him. He built rapport with Deshaun Jackson, who is now on the sideline with a hamstring injury. Alshon Jeffrey is still working to come back. I think he'll be back in like 2 weeks, something like that. And Rager is out for about 6 to 8 weeks with a thumb injury. So now you're working with, and I'm sorry, Dallas Goedert is going to be out for a couple of weeks.
So if you basically what you're saying, if you thought it was bad now, it's going to be even worse in 2 weeks.
Literally,
it's going to be horrible. Because look, if what we saw against Cincinnati's defense was the way it was, he's only throwing to Ertz, Miles Sanders, and Greg Ward. Those are his only three primary targets. Right. So when you still have John Hightower out there, you've got JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who, dear God, this is the main reason why I hate Howie drafting. That nigga can't draft, bro. Like, he has hits, and when he has hits, those are great hits. But when he has misses, those, oh my God. Whiteside,
he's a boxer that throws haymakers. He either gonna hit you or you gonna hit him.
Yeah. And Whiteside is the one where we got hit. I mean, my God, that I don't know. This dude is like 6'4", 6'5", like around 230, 220, 230. He should be out there catching everything left and right. And for some reason, every time Wentz targets him, it's a drop ball. He had like one game last year where it was like you could see it's like, okay, he stays on this path, he'll be the guy that replaces Alshon Jeffrey. Now, I want Alshon Jeffrey to stay. This nigga can't do anything. So, bro, yes, Carson Wentz has been playing bad this year. But I don't put this on him. I don't put this solely on him because I don't think he even deserves the bulk of the blame.
I think he does.
Doug Peterson's play call. I understand that, but when you're the coach, and you can actually have this man move out of the pocket to be a little more mobile. Like the last 2 weeks, he's been slightly more mobile. Like that first week against Washington, he stayed in the pocket all game.
But Derrick, this is what I would tell you. You can say all the excuses in the world, but when you're getting paid that big money, dog, We don't want to hear none of that bullshit.
I was about to say,
we don't want to hear none of that
I agree
bullshit,
with
dog.
that. Trust me, I agree with that. But what I'm saying though is, for example, we had the opportunity to win that game.
Yeah.
We got a penalty that pushed us back 5 yards.
Dude,
5 yards. You could have kicked the field goal to win the game. You decide to punt the ball off so we can tie? Nigga.
That just shows that you don't have faith in your roster. That's all that shows.
And you don't have faith in your defense, at all.
Like if
no.
Right after the game, going into the locker room, the team chemistry was an all-time low at that moment.
For sure.
Bro,
like between the coaching staff and the players, it was like, we're.
That's why I'm saying
here.
Peterson needs to either get help or go. I don't need to go through another year of this.
The same way
last year.
The same way Cam tried to run in that touchdown against Seattle for the last play of the game, and everybody was like, you just don't call that play. That was the same situation with the Eagles. In that situation, you don't call that play. Like, that's not a play that you call.
Mm-hmm.
No, at all.
Yeah. You would rather lose that game than tie it, bro. I would rather
That's
lose.
What I'm saying.
Than tie it.
I was sitting here, I was just like, a tie?
Yeah.
Let me have 0-3.
Yeah.
0-3, we can still come back from 0-3. But let's say now, like, having this tie, this is going to weigh more significantly heavier than when it comes to deciding who wins the division.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This is, yes, Wentz deserves blame. Yes, he does. Yeah. And I am at this point where I'm tired of hearing him saying, I got to be better. Just be better. Just be better. I don't want to hear it anymore. So I'm there. I'm criticizing him as well.
All right, Rams versus Bills. Edgar, bruh. How you feeling about the Bills right now? I know you was all on Twitter, yada, 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 bruh. So say your piece.
Josh Allen, definitely a top quarterback in the league. Top 10 for sure.
Whoa.
Not going to say top 5.
We're not jumping this far. We're not. Nope. I'm not.
Top 10? Top 10? Yes. What?
Okay.
Right now? Make it
quarterbacks. Make it specific. You said top quarterback in this league. You did not say
I did. I just said top 10. I said not top 5, but he's top 10.
At first you said top, and I was not going to.
Okay, top. He's a top quarterback in the league. He's one of the names that you say where you're thinking of the top quarterbacks in the league.
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Clear right now.
Yes.
Just
right
like
now.
I said about Kyler Murray. Right now.
No, you were off the wall with that. You said he's better than Mahomes.
Yeah, I know you've seen the tweet. I said Kyler Murray was the best quarterback through week 2. That's what I'm saying. Moving on.
I'm saying since the season has started, Josh Allen has proven to be a top 10 quarterback, not just for this week. Like, I agree. This season in total right now.
Yep.
And they're winning.
Yeah, and they're winning. So I love what I'm seeing from the Bills right now. He's I obviously don't have him winning the MVP, but he's definitely building an MVP case. Obviously, he's not the top 1 or 2 choice for it right now, but I definitely give him like a 3rd or 4th option for it, especially if they keep winning. Because I've said all this time, other than the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, and the Titans have the best chances out of the AFC to make it to the Super Bowl. And the Bills are definitely going to win their win their division in that AFC East division.
I'm giving it up like that.
They are. They're going to win it.
Playing like this.
They're literally They are the new team to beat. They're the new team to beat in that division. It's not the Dolphins. It's not the Jets. And it's not the Patriots.
Giving it up too easy.
Hold on.
It's not the Patriots, bro. The Bills are going to.
You think the Bills are going to win the division over the Patriots?
Yes.
I told him he giving it up. They're going to be tough competition. Definitely going to be tough competition.
I got Tre'Davious White winning. But I got Tre'Davious White winning Defensive Player of the Year.
I got to see it.
Bro, I need more than. See, that's another thing. I don't like.
They showed y'all around the end of last season and already in this season that they're clearly one of the top teams in the NFL with one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league and an elite defense. What more do y'all need to see?
I agree with you before the season because I didn't know how Cam was going to play. But after seeing Cam play, I'm throwing that out the window. I think it's going. I honestly think it's going to be definitely going to be a tie, like a 10-6 tie for the division, something like that. 10-6, 11-5 tie for the division.
I think they'll both be in the playoffs. I just think
definitely
the Patriots. I think the Patriots will just win the division.
I'm not saying the Bills are going to run away with winning the division, but they are the team to beat for that division.
You can't be the team to beat. You never won the division.
But you're clearly the best team in that division right now. You're the team to beat.
We have to see them head up. After head up, I might agree with you. After the head up,
in my opinion, they had a better playoff run last year than the than the Patriots over the past 1 or 2 years.
They both lost in the first round.
But I like the way the Bills played better than the Patriots.
Didn't they came back on by Deshaun?
That's Deshaun Watson.
Make terrible plays.
I'm
not giving it
Deshaun
up.
Watson. What are you talking about?
I'm not giving it up.
You're saying like Deshaun Watson is mid or something? Like that's a generational talent.
This is why I gotta deal with Derrick. He putting words in my mouth. I ain't say nothing.
Deshaun you said did they get came on back by Deshaun? Like that? That's not a thing. Like that's not a thing.
They were up by 20 in that game, and he got came back
Watson.
on.
It's Deshaun Watson.
20 with a stout defense.
It's Deshaun Watson, and you had D-Hop still at that time too.
All right, bro. I'm gonna agree with you, top 10 quarterback. I like what I'm seeing out of Josh Allen. 5 TDs, most impressive. But what we're not talking about enough with that game with the Bills or with the Rams is that they were up 28-3. The Bills were. We all talking about Josh Allen MVP, but we're not talking about how they give up a 25-point lead.
That's what I was going to say.
Who won the game?
Defense.
Who won the game?
No, Derrick, say your piece.
That defense is going to have to prove it.
Yeah.
They're going to have to prove it. To win that division, they're going to have to prove it. I mean, they've been good over the last, I think, 2 or 3 years. So they've played better than they're playing now, but they're going to have to prove it. In order to win the division against the Patriots, they're going to have to actually show up and not allow that to happen. Mm-hmm. Where it doesn't have to be Josh Allen that saves you every single game. If they can do that, then I could see the Bills winning the division. But right now, that's the Patriots. It's the Patriots until the Bills can prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going with the future now.
I gotta say that.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this though. Stephon Diggs. I said it before, but huge addition, Mike.
Exactly.
You seeing how Minnesota looking since he left, and you seeing how the Bills looking since he got there. Huge addition for this team. So that's why I was agreeing with you before the season with the Bills. But like I said, I seen the Patriots, and now I'm all on board. All right, bro. Let's move on with the Packers versus Saints game. Drew Brees didn't look ass like he did before, but he still looked mid. Derrick, how you felt about the game?
Hey man, I like what I saw. It's not. I didn't watch the whole game though, so I can't speak fully on it. But Alvin Kamara, man,
that was the key to the Saints. Yep.
I'm gonna say this. At least I like when people get paid, when guys get paid and play like they were playing before they got paid. Like when Zeke got paid, for example, he kind of
definitely tailed off.
He kind of tailed off for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Got a new tattoo, but I mean he tailed off a little bit. But Kamara, man, that is the answer for that team. Yeah. He is. As long as he's out there, I think the Saints have a great shot at winning the division. But.
Were you building it, or were you falling into the rumors of Drew Brees is done? Or do you still feel like Brees is done?
Done in terms of his prime. His prime was over.
Done as in he needs to retire.
No.
Oh, no.
No. I think, a lot of people do this thing, and this is why I hate sports commentary, because a lot of people get into this recency bias, and they just cling on to it. Like a guy has a couple of bad games, and then all of a sudden now it's, he needs to retire.
That's definitely him. That's definitely him.
That's what I would say. I've been having these questions about Drew Brees for a long time.
2 bad games in a row to go along with his suspicions. Yeah, he definitely saying that.
Yeah, bro. So I've been feeling like this for a long time. I just didn't feel like this last week. I think he's getting saved a lot by Michael Thomas and one of those.
When Michael Thomas gets back, yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's getting saved a lot by him and Kamara. Because if it wasn't for Kamara last night, we're having a totally different discussion, I feel, about Drew Brees. Because Kamara was getting all those yards after the catch. Like that 69-yard screenplay or whatever. Like Kamara was creating a lot of that. I want to say like 64% of Brees' yards was after the catch. So he's not throwing deep. So in the playoffs, you need that to go further.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And if, okay, I know some people got mad at me for saying this before, but I'm fine with it. If Drew Brees were to somehow need to retire or he gets injured or whatever, they are in great hands with James Winston.
High five. Hey, high five, man.
They're in great.
Yes, hey.
They're in great position.
That boy salty.
Listen,
that boy salty.
Listen, bro. Look, when have y'all had LASIK surgery?
No, you told us before though.
Yeah, that changes your life. I'm sorry, man. If Drew Brees can do what he's doing right now, Jameis Winston, who's younger and actually has the ability to see now, with the arm talent, yeah, but has the ability to see. I mean, he was throwing everything.
He was squinting when he threw.
He was. Thank you. Look,
he was squinting when he threw.
It was a hope and a prayer. Like Mike Evans was just there.
Literally a hope and a prayer. And he was scoring 30. Granted, he had 30 interceptions, but he had 5,000 yards. He had 5,000 yards to hoping and praying.
New Orleans will be in good hands if Jameis Winston has to take over. I would go so far as to say, even if Drew Brees is there another 2 years, they need to keep Jameis Winston. They need to keep him.
I agree.
Because relying on Taysom Hill, no.
We seen how that worked out.
Yeah.
Fumbling and shit.
No.
Got it.
Let Winston take over. I guarantee they will not miss a beat. They will not miss a beat. In fact, that deep pass you're talking about, there you go.
Sean Payton. I know Sean Payton plotting in the back of his mind.
Yes.
I don't think Drew Brees is coming. All right, go ahead. Since we're raising our hands, I respect the hand raise. Go ahead.
Y'all done.
Go ahead. I'll make my point.
I want to let you know when you're wrong about this entire point that y'all trying to make right now. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be like, I'm glad y'all see what I've been seeing over the past 5 years.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm okay with being wrong.
Me too.
I just want to make sure.
I'm perfectly fine with being wrong. I've been wrong before.
But I know I'm going to be right, though. That's the funny thing. I know I'm going to be right, though.
I will not judge you when you're wrong. I won't. I'll just be like,
I'll say this. 2017, I kept saying from the preseason on through the year, even when Wentz got hurt, Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. Do not care. I said that over and over. On tape, you can go ask some people that everyone with MTMV, go ask them. I told them then. They didn't believe me. They laughed at me. It happened. I was okay with being wrong if it didn't happen. But it happened. I'm okay with being wrong about Jameis Winston. But I do not think I'm wrong about that. That dude is going to be nice down there.
Yeah. The people that make bold, factual takes get laughed at. So I agree.
Yes.
I get laughed at a lot because I make bold and accurate statements. So I get laughed at. But when they come true, like Edgar, I sent you that video about the Jets and Darnold and talking about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, bro, I was laughed at for that. Jets fan was at my necks in the comments on the YouTube video. I'm looking like I'm right. Looking like I'm going to be right, sir. And that's what I'm talking about. See, I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot. I will admit that. Edgar, you know this. I am wrong a lot. But I am right a lot as well. Give me my flowers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have to go back over some tapes and see, what's what. But I'm willing to bet I'm over 50% with being right. I can say I'll put myself somewhere like between like 55 and 58%.
That's why when Cam goes to Atlanta. When Cam goes to Atlanta, I'm talking so much shit.
I'll give you your flowers. I'll give you your flowers there.
I'm gonna talk so much shit. Oh my god!
I'll give you your flowers there.
I'm gonna talk so much shit when that man go to Atlanta.
Okay, what else I want to talk about with that Packers? Oh, is Aaron Rodgers playing on another level, man? He did this without Devontae Adams on Sunday and was still eating out there, man. Throwing to Alan Lazard.
Lazard is a good pickup.
I need people to respect A-Rod. There were a lot of questions over A-Rod over the past 2 seasons now on whether he was still on that level, if he's falling off earlier than Brady would ever fall off. I heard a lot of stuff like that, and we already know him and Mike McCarthy never saw eye to eye with a lot of stuff. So it was just a lot of questions around Aaron Rodgers, but I already knew he's still that bad, man. He just needs a better situation around him. And then when they drafted Jordan Love, I'm like, that's not a bad draft, but it's a wrong timing draft. So it's like that's kind of a spit in the face to A-Rod because A-Rod he's not in his prime anymore, but he's not too far away from it yet. So I feel like that was kind of a spit in the face to A-Rod. That's why I feel like he's playing the way he's playing right now.
It might be one of those things. Like he might be one of those players like Michael Jordan, where he utilizes whatever he can to gain motivation. Mm-hmm. That may be that thing that just lit a fire. Just like, I'm gonna show you, y'all should have got me a wide receiver or got me someone on the offensive line, something like that.
Yeah,
because that was dumb as hell.
Yeah, discount double check ain't lost a step. He ain't lost a step.
But I ain't gonna lie, that what we were saying last year, because I feel like we were saying the same things about him falling off. He didn't fall off, but he definitely wasn't playing like this and wasn't playing to the Aaron Rodgers level that we know of. Yeah. They were winning games.
Better. He was playing better last year than he was with the last year with Mike McCarthy.
True.
He was, but still not Aaron Rodgers level that that we got used to though. That's why everybody was like, "Oh, is he the same A-Rod?" But this season, like you said, it could have lit a fire with the love picks, and that's why he playing.
But see, that also is like it's the front office's fault, to be honest, because they're not. They just for years they haven't been putting anything around him. He's still been flourishing. Yeah, so and like I almost feel like he should have left just to get a couple more years playing at that level. And I mean, maybe he just wants to retire Packer. Yeah, but
I'm sure that plays a part.
I don't think he's going to retire Packer. That's the funny thing.
Whoa, for real? I can't see A-Rod going nowhere else. He gonna finish.
Did they not show us already that? I don't think he's our future.
But I mean,
they did.
But I mean, I wouldn't. If I'm A-Rod, I ain't going nowhere else. If I'm him,
after a few years, I'm not saying it's gonna be immediate, but after a few years, A-Rod 37, are we still gonna be saying this?
After 24. He's 37 right now. So by the time A-Rod hit 40,
he's 34 right now. I'm saying in a few years he's 37. Are we still going to be saying A-Rod finishes a Packer?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, at that point, if he's still there, then
I don't see him pulling. I don't see him pulling a Brady playing till like 40 or whatever. So by 37, I wouldn't be surprised if he finally said, "Hey, I'm done."
Yeah, he has.
You think he retired?
Injuries.
Before 40, I feel like A-Rod will retire.
Wow.
Not exactly 37, I'm not sure, but before 40.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's 34 for real?
34 or 35?
I thought he was already 37.
That's what I'm saying. I thought he was already 37. He got to be at least 35. Hold on. You can go to the next topic, but I'm going to look real quick.
Yeah, I got to confirm.
I will say, though, he's
36.
He's 36? Okay.
So in a few years, he's 30. Oh, yeah. So in a couple of years, he out of there. He ain't retiring no Packer. He ain't retiring no Packer, dog. Can't be.
Oh, so you think in the next 2 years he'll be gone?
Yeah, a couple of years he gone. Because they're gonna be like, okay, it's the same thing. The Rodgers and Favre situation.
But he's
all right. We got somebody waiting in the wings, and it looks like he's mentoring. He's actually mentoring Love. I was surprised when I was actually seeing that on film. So I was like,
that's why I feel like this will be. That's why I feel like this will be just a smooth transition into retirement. I think Aaron Rodgers will retire before playing in another uniform.
I think Aaron Rodgers will look at another situation and be like, I can actually flourish there because a GM can actually surround me with talent, not like Green Bay did. And that's why I feel like he will actually play after like 38 or something like that. Yep. So let's move on to the Cowboys versus the Seahawks. Derrick, I see you with a smirk on your face. But I know that boy was happy. That boy was happy this weekend when Papa Russ was putting that work on them boys, man.
Stephen A. groove on. How about them Cowboys?
Real deal. 38-31. Papa Russ was doing his thing. Dak tried to pull it off. Like always, he come up short. But what are the Cowboys missing, man? I don't know what else to say about the Cowboys. What are they missing at this point, bro? You said the heart. Edgar saying it's the heart.
For sure. They should have gone ahead and drafted Cesar Ruiz to take Travis Frederick's
place. So you still think O-line is an issue?
I still think that center position is an issue for them. But the bigger issue, of course, is their defense. Like, you have multiple guys that are out with either injury or already they left. So, and then also with Mike McCarthy coming in, I know people were against this line of thought, but again, we saw what Mike McCarthy did with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, they weren't doing much, and that's Aaron Rodgers. You're gonna sit here and tell me Mike McCarthy's gonna go to Dallas with Dak Prescott and do what he could not really do with Aaron Rodgers over the last couple of years? I just don't see it. I mean, he's got a running back as well out there, but I don't see it. I'm sorry. So, but also I
no
think
excuses. It's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys. This is what happens.
Too much talent.
Yeah.
Too much talent.
This is what happens. So I'm smiling, man. I like 2020 is a hell of a year.
Hey, I told Edgar this, dog. What I'm seeing out of the Cowboys and what I'm seeing out of the Eagles, bro. The Washington football team finna win this division. I don't care no more. I'm saying it. Washington football team finna win this division.
My prediction of
it looks like all you got to do is get the 7 wins to win this division. That might be all you need to get.
My pick of the Giants finishing second in that division has gone out the window. So
yeah.
I tried to trust Daniel Jones, and then Saquon went down with the ACL. I'm like, yep, well, that prediction's out the window. So
yeah.
The NFC East is a shit show, man.
I was asking.
The Eagles are still in the playoff races.
Yeah, I think we're like a game and a half.
Only a game out, bro.
Like this is horrible. I was asking someone yesterday, like, where does this in history of divisions being trash? Where does this rank? This year's teams, like, where does this rank? Because this is horrible. This is trash. Like, we're so bad, we have a shot at winning.
Hey, we're so trash.
Exactly.
This might work.
No, listen. And I think that's part of the reason why Brandon Graham is coming out and saying, "Hey, y'all, we got this." Like
the idea
y'all
is
still
so
have hope
terrible.
is crazy.
It just might work.
Look, I think the NFC East should be disqualified this year. It should be disqualified. And this is horrible, man. I don't like even watching the Eagles play anymore.
I'm not gonna back down on my take. I still think talent-wise and expectation-wise, the Dallas Cowboys are still the second favorite to make it out of the NFC for the Super Bowl. I will not back down from that. Even if they finish 8-8 or 9-7,
they still have no excuse
going to playoffs. They still have no excuse. Exactly.
Look, I'm gonna stick with
no excuse to finish less than 500. If you finish anything less than 500,
you shouldn't even be around that. And that's
I'm questioning everything about y'all. I'm already questioning everything about y'all. Y'all ain't been to the Super Bowl since I've been alive, basically.
Yeah, I was like 5 when they last went. I think I'm still sticking with my prediction. I think the Eagles will still win the division.
That's not too wild.
That's not a wild take. That's why I didn't post it today.
But see, like I think the Eagles have like the hardest schedule than the Cowboys. Look, we have this tendency of winning games we shouldn't be winning, and we have a tendency of losing games we shouldn't be losing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And because we have a harder schedule, we have the 49ers this coming week. I think after that is the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
That they were on a bye week. Look, I'm right there. That's a hard ass schedule.
That's crazy.
But because it's so hard, that's why I think we might win it. Like,
because Dallas got to play those same teams. Truly, Dallas got to play those same teams.
Yeah. So I mean, NFC East needs to go in the garbage this year. This is the reason why I actually want the season to just be canceled, man. I don't even want to watch
after all the injuries, bro. I felt like after that week 2 injury week, I was like, we might as well.
Everyone was going down. I think that speaks to the importance of OTAs and, full training camp and all that stuff, because once you have guys sitting at home that don't take it seriously, there are some guys that do take it seriously. Like Saquon is one of those guys that takes it seriously. And that's why it sucked to see him get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But there are guys that just don't take it seriously once they get there, and they just sit around until it's time to go into training camp. And because we didn't have any of that this year, I like seeing all these injuries, man. That's that week 2 was horrible. Yeah. Any of y'all? Did you guys have anyone on your fantasy teams that got hit?
I didn't even play fantasy this year.
Oh, okay.
Did I have anybody get hurt from fantasy? Surprisingly, no. Well, I made one team, and then we had to recreate another group and make a second team. So on my first team, I probably had somebody, but on the second team that I'm actually playing with for real, I don't think I had anybody that got hurt from that week 2.
Okay.
I AP at running back too.
Yeah, I had AP at running back when he was with Washington, and then this man went to the Lions, and I'm like, oh my God.
He's still
I'm
running
in
good
one
too,
league.
honestly.
Yeah, I'm in one league where there's 20 teams. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm in that league.
The drafting for that has to be terrible.
I know. You had to wait so long.
Bro, my first pick was Patrick Mahomes, and I think that was probably the best pick I could get. Adrian Peterson was my starting running back, and
running back one.
Yes,
bro.
Like that's how bad this. I don't even like. I'm only there because it's for OTS. One of the guys in our sports group made it, so I said, okay, I'll be part of it. But that is horrible. I just got my first win this past week just because.
Me too.
Like in that league, just because it was just that bad.
My team is not even trash, and I just got my first win last week. I'm like, how the hell? This is why I don't play fantasy. This is why I don't like playing. You can have hella big names, and the big names won't even really be snapping for you on fantasy. In real life, they might have like 2 rushing touchdowns and like 130 yards, but I guess that's not enough to generate points on fantasy. I guess you need like 200 yards and 4 touchdowns to actually generate points as a running back. I'm like, well, shit. But,
that's another thing. If it depends on how the rules are. If your running backs don't generate points, is mainly because they probably not getting anything for 10 yards or something like that.
That Seattle Dallas game was crazy though. Russell Wilson did everything I expected Russ to do week in and week out. Performing top notch. No, my MVP favorite is still Cam right now. Russ is right behind him though at number 2. What else? Oh, shout out to Shaquem Griffin he got dropped. He got dropped off of the Seattle defense and moved to the practice squad, and they were even thinking about letting him go at a certain point. But then they brought him back right before the game, like I want to say like a day or 2 before the game, and brought him back on the roster. Yeah. So I'm glad they're keeping the brothers together.
Shaquem is the one that doesn't have the left hand, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and didn't he get an interception too?
I think it was his brother got the interception.
His brother?
I ain't watched the whole game, so I'm not sure.
His brother got the interception. But this is how I feel about the MVP race, though. Do you think they're going to give it to Russell Wilson just off the narrative that we heard before the season that he never got an MVP vote? He's playing on the MVP level, don't get me wrong. But I feel like that narrative is really going to push his MVP case.
And Bill Belichick said he's the most underrated player in the league.
So you mixing all that in, I feel like they finna just give it to Russ, even if they like I said, he's playing like it, but
excuse me, if they don't, there are people going to be calling the league racist.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't call it racist.
Racist because I'm about to say you got Mahomes and then
you got Mahomes and you got Cam as a possibility.
Context does not matter. Context does not matter.
I can't
that will still be said. No, I'm not saying it.
Oh,
but that will be what people will say is that it's
but that would be dumb to say though because the other nominees are black, so it ain't like he the only black player up for MVP and he just keeps losing. Like, no, it's not that type of situation.
Yeah. I want him to win it. I mean, he deserves it. He deserved it like 2 years ago, right? Like, he was killing it. So I mean, he seems to be playing at a even higher level than he was about a year or 2 ago. So
they're throwing the ball all around the place, bro. They not even running no more. Really.
Metcalf is going to turn into DK Metcalf is going to turn into not, but I'll say by the end of this season, DK Metcalf will be a top 7, top 8 wide receiver.
I don't even like talking about Metcalf. I don't even like talking about him. I know I love him. I love him, but we chose Arcega Whiteside over him. That's why I don't even like talking about him.
His reason is for draft reasons.
I was about to say, I'm like, why?
Yeah, no, I got Metcalf on my fantasy team. The dude is in my flex.
He was probably hurt on what's the name when he had did that touchback, he fumbled and shit.
Yeah.
I was already ahead, so it didn't matter. But
he's not a rookie anymore, but rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
That was a rookie mistake for sure.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Let's dive into 2 Wild Wednesday, bro. We got a lot of polls. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of them. So I
think I made like 7. I made like 7 of them.
Yeah, I made about 6 of them. So we're gonna try to run through these real quick. So the Chicago Bears will win the NFC North after the change at QB. Too wild or not too wild?
I'll let Derrick go first.
I mean, I don't know that that's like an extremely wild take.
Not
wild. I don't know that it is. I don't know that it's not. Like it's almost like in the middle for me. look.
Because I think Green Bay is so far ahead. That's why people would say
that's
too
wild.
That's why I say it. But Nick Foles, when they traded for him, I knew he was going to get that starting position. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I did too.
There's no way you go to get Nick Foles and allow Trubisky to be. I mean, I think they wanted to be politically correct to allow Trubisky to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Foles is bound to get that job anyway. He's just a better quarterback. He's a better quarterback than Trubisky is. I mean, I think you keep Trubisky as like your backup and just pray to God Nick Foles stays healthy. But I don't know. I think they're definitely going to do a lot better this season with him there. So they could make the playoffs. Honestly, they weren't looking too good to me at the beginning of the season.
Oh no, they was 2-0, but they didn't play like 2-0.
They didn't play like 2-0. Yeah.
I'm gonna dive into my point later on Nick Foles. Edgar, what's your decision?
Too wild. Green Bay winning the division, hands down.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm gonna just ride out with too wide. I'm gonna dive into my The Eagles will start Jalen Hurts at QB by the end of the season. Too wild or not too wild?
That's
Derrick.
too wild. The only way he starts this season is if we go like 0-8. If we're in that position,
hell no.
Possibility with your roster right now.
No, it's not. Because I think they are gonna actually go get someone for the left tackle, but I don't see him starting at all. The only way I would see him starting, like I said, is if we go 0-8 and we have no shot at the playoffs. Again, where we are in our division, we have a shot. We still have a shot at making the playoffs. So it makes no sense to put him in. Let him develop. Just let him develop. I don't want to throw him out there like that. Now, if there's no hope, then just see, let him get used to NFL and just play it out the rest of the season. But nah.
All right.
Not too wild.
Yes, sir.
A lot of what Derrick said was bullshit.
A whole lot of bull.
I highly doubt you draft Jalen Hurts and make him sit 8 games and go 0-8.
No, there's a possibility
that y'all go 0-8.
I'm giving Carson Wentz 2 more games. If y'all go 0-5, Jalen Hurts will be starting.
Hold on. They just paid Carson Wentz $135 million. And you gonna sit him down?
Yes.
If you sit him, you trade him, because there's no way you can have him out there after you just paid him and said you are a future, just for a year later to turn around and bench him. That for a rookie, nah, man.
Trade that young boy to the Jets. They need him.
The only way,
one pick.
The only way now.
2 more games.
The only way you bench him is if Jesus Christ is coming in to suit up. That's
Jesus
literally
Christ named Jalen Hurts. All right. That poll was 82%, not too wild, so they agree with us. Moving on. The Giants, will tank for Trevor Lawrence. Wild or not too wild?
They're not tanking. First off, I think that's
no ability.
I want to say that's too wild for the sense I don't think the Giants are tanking. I feel like they really are just losing. So
they have no ability to win.
Losing. Yeah, they have no ability to.
Well, let me put it this way then. If they get the number 1 pick, are they drafting Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he's going to be the number 1 pick. It don't matter what team.
Yeah.
So y'all just give
him. Why not?
Danny Dimes, he out of there?
I mean, he.
All right, y'all answer my question. Huh?
I mean, I like Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
kind of an easy pick. With that
and you're talking about what that'll be going into Daniel Jones's 3rd year.
Yeah.
If you're still questioning, yeah.
But the weapons, though. The same thing that you were talking about with Darnold and not having weapons over there. It's like, damn, you ain't got no weapons, especially now with no Saquon. It's like, damn, who you giving me? Darius Slayton?
And Evan Ingram.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I agree with y'all. Not too wild. And that was 71% not too wild as well on the poll. Next one. Mitch Trubisky, and this is what I will chime in on. Mitch Trubisky will be the quarterback of the Bears by the end of the season. Too wild or not too wild? So he will regain his job. Too wild, not too wild.
That nigga's done. That's too wild because he's not suiting back up in Chicago, man. Not to be the starter unless Nick Foles gets hurt. That's the only way he starts again.
Okay.
I'm not I will say honestly I voted too wild on that, but now that I'm really thinking about it,
comes to the dark side.
That's not too wild for the simple fact that Nick Foles has shown he can have his moments, and then he can have his moments where he shows, you're better in clutch performances where we bring you in, not necessarily when you start the game.
That's exactly my point. And he only plays well in Philadelphia. He never plays well outside of Philadelphia. When he went to the Rams, nigga played terrible. He played with the Chiefs. He played all right. He ain't played great, but he played all right.
Nick Foles will give you like
he doesn't. And when he played in Jacksonville, he didn't play that well. So, and he doesn't play in the Philly. He doesn't play well.
He'll give you like 4 or 5 games where he plays good.
4 or 5 games. Y'all got lucky because Wentz got hurt at the end of the season, so the 5 games wasn't expired yet. The 5 games ran out into the playoffs. Y'all, they slipped into the playoffs, so y'all got lucky. If y'all had one more game, he would have folded. So y'all got the little 5-game experience with Nick Foles. Same thing with both of the seasons. Y'all both got the 5 games. Derrick?
I think it's more of a situation type of thing. So you say when he went to the Rams. He was horrible. Yep. He was trash out there. So is Jared Goff because he had Jeff Fisher.
True.
When you change that, bring Sean McVay in. Of course, Nick Foles wasn't there, but once he came in, Jared Goff did better. Also, when you're saying about him being in Kansas City, I don't even think he wasn't even like the starter, was he? He was like their backup, right?
Backup. I think he got some minutes though.
He got some time, but I don't think that really counted as anything.
And the Jags.
Jaguars, they had no team.
Jaguars.
It's the Jaguars. Like, what are you gonna say? So, look,
I don't think anyone.
I still think it's a 5-game limit.
Yeah, look. I'm gonna say it like this: Nick Foles is their best option at quarterback. He's their best option. What does Trubisky do that's better than Nick Foles?
That isn't.
I'm not.
The question isn't about Trubisky. It's about what Nick Foles is gonna do.
I'm not questioning that Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Trubisky. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. Nick Foles is gonna have his spur of games where he does good and looks like he should have been the starter. And then he's going to have those few games where it's like, well, damn, should we just flip-flop quarterbacks over a few games? That's what's going to happen.
And
I feel like Trubisky will start again before the end of the season.
And I feel like the GM still has stock in Trubisky as well. I think his job is tied to Trubisky too. So he has to still give him some type of look before, because I think he declined his 5th-year option. So after the season, he's done. I think he still has to give him some type of look before you kick him out.
If that's the case, then I'll agree there.
I think you have to still give him some type of shot.
If that's the case, if his job is tied to Trubisky, then I'll say that's not hot, because that makes sense. But from a pure skill perspective, the only way Trubisky will get that job is if Nick Foles is hurt. That's how I see it. I don't see that. But saying it like that, I would agree. It would make sense.
So he came up to the dark side. All right. 65% too wild on that one. So, Derrick, everybody was with you on that one. 65%. Move on to another one. Edgar made this one. John Gruden will win Coach of the Year. Too wild or not too wild? Now, that's a wild take. That's a real wild take. I like it. I don't agree.
That is wild, man.
Too wild for sure. Too wild for sure.
That's wild as hell, man. I
like the Raiders too. That's the funny thing about it.
That's why I knew you was really gonna have a mental problem.
I know. I like the Raiders
too. Yeah, nah, I don't see him winning that.
Edgar?
I don't see him winning.
I see it, and I don't think it's too wild. I think that's a not too wild take for the simple fact that me included, because I wanted John Gruden to get an NFL coaching job when the talks were coming out that he wanted to get a break from the broadcast booth and actually get back into the NFL for real. So I was in support of him doing that because I like John Gruden as a coach. But his first season with the Raiders, I was like, I don't know what I thought I wanted, and this isn't it.
That was trash,
like,
man.
He has this real old school mentality of coaching that really needs to change and transition into the new style of coaching that's going on. But he's made some adjustments when it comes to that with his coaching style, but he's still maintaining the traditional way that he usually coaches. And now, after a couple of seasons with the Raiders, they're actually turning into a great, formidable team. They won't win the division against the Chiefs or anything, but they have a chance to be the second best team in that division and make the playoffs if they play good enough, depending on their schedule. So I feel like the turnaround that John Gruden has made with the Raiders, it gives you the chance to look and say, he might be able to win that bitch if it all comes down to it with the way he turned the organization around.
I want to dive into the next two out because I'm going to piggyback on your point. Derrick Carr will be a top 10 quarterback by the end of the season.
Oh, yeah. And if Derrick Carr can turn
wild or not too wild.
If Derrick Carr can do that, yes, John Gruden going to win Coach of the Year. I'm telling you right now.
If Derrick Carr gets in the top 10, yeah, John Gruden deserves Coach of the Year. He deserves it. Because I had so many questions for him when they traded Khalil Mack and then Amari Cooper. I'm like, that made no sense.
I still don't think they won those trades. They still have not won those trades.
They obviously
didn't. They didn't win them, but I don't know that they lost as bad as it looked. You know what I'm saying? I think they got what
I gotta see the draft picks. Who they actually drafted?
I forgot who they drafted. But
I know Abrams was one of them. I think Jacobs probably was one of them. So that's
Jacobs,
a hit.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely a hit. That's a hit, especially if that's the same. If that's one of the picks for Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Henry Ruggs, who when he comes back from injury, that'll be good for them.
Yeah, but not too wild. I can see my man Carr in there, especially with a lot of the back end tier of the top 10 struggling. I don't think Dak is playing at his optimal level. I don't think Wentz, and they're usually in my back end of the top 10. I think my man Derek Carr can slide in there.
I think Dak is playing at his top.
I said optimal. I didn't. Not his
optimum peak, whatever you want to call it. I think he's there.
This is his peak. You don't see Dak getting better than this.
I've never seen him getting better than what he's been playing like. But this is it. Like, this is it. That's why I'm not shocked at them not winning games. Like he's playing better than Carson Wentz right now. I'll say that. But that's because they like Dak stayed where he was and then the Eagles just dropped. Like that's not anything to speak about on Dak's part. I'm sorry. That just.
Hey Edgar, bro, we're gonna have to get your boy Sean on here, bro. He's gonna have to fight for Dak because I can't come up with nothing for him. Bro. I can't.
I think Dak can fight for Dak.
And I like Dak.
Me too.
Yeah,
I want Dak to get his money.
I like
that. Be asking for a lot of money. I'm like, bro, you gotta show me some type of elevation. You're not trash.
Dak should get his money
this year. Based off what we've seen the first 3 games.
Yes. He's proving it to me now.
Before
the season started, I was like, you got to prove to me that
he's proving it.
But Kirk Cousins is getting $35 million. Dak should get $35.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's Dak's best argument. It should never have been the Wentz argument or the Garoppolo argument, which I don't even think Garoppolo is that type of quarterback.
He's not even that paid.
Nah, but I mean, those are the guys that are, in that pay scale. And then I think he even tried to compare himself to Russell Wilson. Like, see, that's where you lose me because you're not that guy. Like, you're useful. You're formidable. You're good. Like they can use you, but generational talent, no.
Yeah. Edgar, look up the Bucs schedule for October before I look up this too wild. The Bucs will go undefeated in the month of October. Edgar is pulling up the schedule right now. So, Edgar, give us the games.
Chargers on October 4th.
Continue.
Oh, okay. The Bears on October 8th.
That's in that Nick Foles 5-game stretch. I don't know.
The Packers on October 18th.
Ooh.
And the Raiders October 25th.
That's definitely too wild. I put 2 wild.
I think they go 3-4.
Oh, 3 or 4?
No, 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. They could lose to the Packers.
I was gonna say, who is the team you see them losing?
That would be the Packers. But
they got the Chargers at home, Bears on the road, Packers at home, Raiders on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Packers they're at home. The Bucks are at home?
No, Tampa's at home for the Chargers and the Packers. Tampa's away for Chicago and the Raiders.
Okay. Yeah,
I think they lose twice.
I think they lose.
Ooh, who's the second team?
Yeah.
Nick Foles is in the 5-game stretch. You're not going to beat him in this 5-game stretch. He does not lose in these 5 games.
You know what's funny about that, though? He does hold psychological advantage over Tom Brady.
Super Bowl.
So, yeah, he does hold that over him, bro. I'm sorry.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones.
Don't say LaShawn McCoy.
And Bruce Arians on the
non-factor right now.
Don't say LaShawn.
LaShawn's a non-factor right now. But
I remember that. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember.
Hey, that's my guy.
Hey, write it down.
Deshaun.
I know.
But he's
that's
a non-factor right now. He's a
non-factor.
I said right now.
It's okay
if he proves to be a factor.
Nigga, he trying to save himself.
Yeah, he's trying to save himself. He's trying to save himself.
Hey, if he proves it, but for right now, he's a non-factor. And I don't even think that's a hot take. He's just not. He's a non-factor right now. But you're right that Nick Foles is there. But I still see Tampa winning that game. I still see him winning it. I think the only one they could lose is Packers.
I see us winning against the Chargers. Okay, so I made the take. So for me, it's not too wild with that one. I see us beating the Chargers because although I like Justin Herbert and I feel like he's definitely the most slept-on quarterback for this year, I still feel like he's real young. That Chargers team just isn't complete right now due to injuries. So I feel like Tampa will get that easy win at home. And then going on the road against Chicago, I ain't too worried about Nick Foles for the most part. And the Bears all around as a unit, I ain't really worried. It'll be a close game, but I still like Tampa to win that. When it comes to Green Bay, even when we at home, it's against A-Rod. So I can't never go too strong against A-Rod, but I feel like that 2-game winning streak we'll have, plus we'll be at home in October as opposed to being in cold-ass Green Bay during that time. I feel like that'll play to our advantage. And I believe that's Thursday night football, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Bears game or the Packers game is Thursday night football, if I remember from looking at it. But
it'll be the Bears. Thursday night football is never a good matchup.
I feel like the Bucs will win against the Packers and the Raiders. We're on the road for them, but I don't know. I see us just having a good month in October with that. The worst I see us is going 3 out of 4, like Derrick said.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, the Tampa Bay area will bring home all 3 championships this year: Stanley Cup, World Series, Super Bowl. Too wild, not too wild. Too wild.
Not too wild.
I
don't know if I can even formulate an opinion on this because I don't even watch baseball. So I
don't either, but I know the Rays. That's what I'm saying too.
I don't think it's wild.
The Rays are definitely making a strong playoff run right now. One of the top teams in the American League. And
name a player on the team.
It's not too wild. Other than Kevin Kiermaier, I haven't been looking at the roster too much, but I have been watching the games.
I haven't watched none.
I'm still trying to get into baseball. I just if I don't have an actual team, I don't, for some reason with team sports, if I don't have a team, I can't engage.
When it comes to knowing the rosters for baseball, that's what I got to get better at. I really got to learn the rosters more. But as far as our pitching is great. I love what I'm seeing from that. And I feel like defensively in the outfield, we've just been making a lot of great throws when it comes to saving from runs and stuff like that. So I feel like we got a good chance. Plus, we really got an edge over the Yankees this year. And I feel like when it's time to play them coming up, I feel like we'll get the job done. So I like the Rays to make a hopeful World Series run.
Yeah, man. Edgar, the MLB correspondent for this podcast, man. I can't get into it.
I keep telling you gotta expand your mind, expand your sports mind.
I've been wanting to get into baseball, but so I'm stuck on who to actually be a fan of, right? So my grandfather is a fan of the Dodgers, and because I'm a Celtics fan, I figured maybe I'll just consolidate and just be a Red Sox. But see, those are the 2 teams that I somewhat pay attention to, but I don't even.
I'm just telling you now, if you're going to be a Red Sox fan, You got to be all in or don't be one, because those are some of the most
Bro.
diehard fans I've ever seen.
Bro, that's Boston fans in general are crazy. So yeah, if you're not all in, you're not. It doesn't make
same
sense.
thing with the Lakers. If you're a Lakers fan, you better be diehard Laker fan. Ain't no half-assing with that.
That's what you know what. But see, in general, just with team sports, I just hate when I see people that only jump on board with teams when they're winning. Like if you're not winning, if you're not a fan while they're losing, then you're not a true fan of that team. I salute those Lakers fans that have been struggling for the last 10 years.
Yes.
I salute them. Miami fans have been struggling with them for the last 6 years. Salute.
But struggling for real. All right.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, you guys weren't.
I know
you weren't
in
playoffs. It was a rebuild. So when you're a fan of a team during a rebuild, you're a true fan. So I salute those fans. I don't salute fans that just jump on when people are winning. That's why when we won a Super Bowl, I was like, no, look, in Atlanta, I have never seen Eagles paraphernalia ever.
True.
All of a sudden, we win the Super Bowl. I see cars with flags.
Eagles fans coming out of the woodwork.
I saw someone with Eagles shoes, bro. I said, how the hell are you guys?
It's because they beat the Patriots, bro.
That's all.
If it was any other team that they beat, nobody would be going for the Eagles this hard. But since they beat the Patriots, it was a lot of Eagles fans. I don't know.
I don't like that. That's an insult. So.
All right, bro. Last one. Doc Rivers will become the next coach for the OKC Thunder. Too wild. Not too wild.
Not too wild. That was me. Not too wild.
I don't like the fit.
I
think they're going to rebuild there too. I think they're rebuilding. So I don't think he's good in a rebuilding situation.
That's why he left the Celtics. He didn't want to rebuild.
Yeah. So I don't see him going there.
But I feel like they're on an upswing rebuild. I don't feel like it's a rebuild situation where it's like, damn, we really starting from ground zero. I feel like the young core that they got is going really well right now. And if you can somehow encourage CP3 to stay, then shit, why not go to that situation? And I feel like Billy Donovan left that situation. He didn't leave it, but he got fired. But I don't see why not take the job, honestly. If you can get CP3 to stay and keep that young core growing the way they are right now and being a formidable 6, 17, maybe 5 in the West, I feel like that'll be a good spot for Doc Rivers.
I think it's just so many other better coaching options or better options for him available. Like I think the Sixers was a better one. Rockets. We just talked about all the coaching openings.
That's the thing though.
Rockets, whatever you want to go.
The Rockets will be going through a rebuild pretty soon. The Sixers will be going through a soft rebuild in the next year. Yeah, they are.
Soft. They're gonna trade Embiid and let.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think they're gonna trade Horford.
They got to get him out of there too. Yeah.
I think they're gonna try and trade Horford, but you need to get the shooters around. Mm-hmm. And I think this is gonna be the last year with Embiid and Simmons.
Me too.
So that's why for me, I don't know. I mean, he went and interviewed today, but I don't know that it makes complete sense if he's not one of those coaches that want to be a part of a rebuild. Because they will be going through a rebuild in the next year or two.
Mike D'Antoni is the best coach for the Sixers. I said it.
All
right. Moving on to rankings of the week. Edgar, bro, give me your rankings of the week for this week 3, my boy.
For this week 3, looking at the teams right now, I got Chiefs at number 1. I got, do I still want Ravens at number 2? I'll put Steelers at number 2. I like what I'm seeing.
Whoa.
I did not have the Steelers
in your top 5 last week.
I didn't even have them in my top 5 last week, but seeing what Mike Tomlin's doing with this team right now, and the fact that they literally they're just praying for a hopeful playoff run at this point. I don't see them lasting long if they make it to the playoffs. I feel like it'll be a first round exit.
I mean, you got Big Ben in your team. I agree.
But Chiefs, Steelers, Bills.
He just
AFC.
You have the Steelers over the Seahawks?
That's what I'm saying. He picking his favorite teams at this point.
Seahawks. I put Seahawks at 4. And at 5,
You gonna say Bucks?
Who I want at 5? Packers.
All right, bro. Mine is Chiefs at 1, Ravens 2, Seahawks 3, Packers 4, Titans 5. Derrick, who your top 5, bro?
I would say Kansas 1, Seahawks 2, Bills. I might put the Bills at 3. 4. Let me see. At 4, I would probably go with the Packers, and then 5. I don't even know. Probably Steelers or Tampa.
All right.
Maybe even New Orleans. I don't even know.
No, I can't.
I might have to put New Orleans above than a 5.
You got a 1 and 2 team over.
No, I'm at 5. I'm just saying at 5. No. One is Kansas. 2 is Seattle.
No, he's saying the Saints are 1 and 2, and you're gonna have them top 5.
They are 1 and 2, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's what I'm like, you got a 1 and 2 team.
My bad. Yeah, I forgot about that. Tampa. I'll go with Tampa. Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
It's sad to see the Cardinals, bro. Cardinals were in both of our rankings last week. They dropped after the loss to the Lions, though.
I think it's just the fact that we still got some undefeated teams out there. That's why I threw the Steelers in there, because I'm like, okay, after the 2-0 start, I was like, I still don't know. But after that week 3 win, and they proven to still be one of the few undefeated teams up, I was like, I got to throw them in there at this point.
Bad. Let's slide on to peaks of the week for week 4. Thursday night football is Broncos versus Jets. Once again, terrible. Not watching.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll go with the Jets, just
right.
for the hell of it.
The Jets. All right. Derrick.
Denver's definitely winning that game. The Jets don't have a shot in hell.
I got Denver too. Browns versus Cowboys.
I never thought I'd say this. I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns.
Okay. Right. I like what I'm hearing. I'm definitely going Browns.
I'm going Browns too. There's no way. There's no reason to choose against them.
Never thought I'd pick the Browns.
And they're changing their offense too. And it's quiet as kept. They're changing their offense. They definitely running the ball more. And I think
Kareem Hunt
throwing it like under
eating.
20 times.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt is eating, and Nick Chubb eating. Yeah, they
quiet, bro. He's like a top 4 running back in the league, and nobody talks about him, bro, at all.
It's because
shout out to Nick Chubb. Definitely shout out to Nick Chubb.
So.
Cardinals and Panthers.
Cardinals.
Derrick. I got Cardinals.
Is McCaffrey coming back this week?
Yeah.
Even if he did, I'm picking the Cardinals.
I got a Cardinals.
Yeah. No home field advantage anyway, so yeah.
Nah. Chargers versus Bucks.
Bucks.
Colts versus Bears.
Colts.
Bears. Jags versus Bengals. That's in the Nick Foles 5-game stretch. I'm telling you.
Who's the next game?
Jags versus Bengals.
I'll go with the Jags.
I'm going with the Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals as well. Ravens versus Washington.
Ravens.
They have to win this one.
Ravens. Okay. Patriots versus Chiefs.
Ooh. What time that game is?
Game of the week.
And where is it?
That's game of the week. Yeah.
4:25.
Damn.
Where is it? Is it in New England?
At Kansas City.
It really don't matter. Damn. Cam gonna prove his MVP case, and he gonna give the Chiefs their first loss of the season.
I'm going Chiefs by an edge. Slight. I don't even think they win that by a big margin. I think that would just be.
I think it's Chiefs by like 6 though.
Yeah,
I go by Chiefs by 6.
Yeah.
All right, we got Saints versus Lions.
Saints.
Saints better win that.
I mean, the Lions just beat the Cardinals. I thought they was something. But all right.
Yeah.
I got the Saints though. Seahawks versus Dolphins. All right, let's move on to the next game.
Just so we're clear, Seattle Seahawks are the pick. Just so we're clear.
Sometimes we don't have to pick. Yeah, we all
Yeah.
Steelers versus
we know it's what.
Battle of the undefeateds too. Steelers versus Titans.
Steelers, Titans.
I'm riding out with the Tanny wagon. Y'all already know what the deal is.
Steelers versus Titans. What time they game? It's 4:00 game.
1:00.
And where is it?
At Tennessee. Oh, this game is going to be Monday night as well because of the coronavirus shit. That's
Yeah,
They say either Monday or Tuesday night.
Monday or Tuesday because of the coronavirus situation.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way they got to do the schedule.
They don't know when they're going to get back in their actual facility. It's like they might get in on Saturday.
Steelers then.
Because they can't block that already Monday night prime slot.
Yeah.
Damn, who I got? I'll go with the Titans.
I say better ride out with a Tanny. Who you said? Derrick?
I'm going Steelers. If they're not going to be able to practice, I'm just going to say they're.
I think they're doing everything over Zoom or some shit. Like that. I don't even know how you're doing that. You can't run on Zoom. All right.
I'm not ready.
Just set your computer up in the backyard and just go.
You on that 100-yard dash, man. Get that camera right. Man. Let me see if you get them sprints right. All right, man. Vikings versus Texans. The battle of the no wins. 0-3s.
Vikings.
Okay. I got the Texans.
I'm going Vikings too.
Vikings. All right.
Texans defense is trash.
Oh my God, it was terrible. They played all right against Big Ben. They could have played worse, but yeah, I got Texans. Giants versus Rams.
Rams.
We're moving on.
Yeah.
Bills versus Raiders.
Ooh. Bills stay undefeated, or Rams get that John Gruden Coach of the Year sneaky win in.
See, now he gonna be pushing this narrative all season.
Yeah, and then let them win. You're not gonna.
Yeah, bro. That's how he do. He hang on to a narrative. He gonna be quiet. If they lose this week, he gonna be quiet, and then he gonna wait until a week they win big, and he gonna bring it back up. Like, nigga, you ain't talking about that shit for 6 weeks. He gonna bring it back up.
Bills are winning. Bills are winning.
I got Bills. Bills all around. Yeah. Eagles versus 49ers. This is a Sunday night football game.
Damn. For real?
Yeah. Injury riddled.
I feel bad for all y'all. If you don't have to watch it, like if you're not a fan of either one of those teams, I feel bad for anyone.
For real. That's gonna be a tough one.
I'll go with Eagles.
You want to bet on this game?
No.
All right.
I'm going with Eagles too. This is gonna have to be the first.
Is that your fan perspective?
No.
It would be mine.
I actually chose them to lose this game, but because, like what I said earlier, we seem to win the games we shouldn't be winning. Yeah, This is the first time. I
got 49ers. 49ers killed it. It's the Giants, but they had a backup QB and still put up like 36 points.
Yeah. And Mostert is out, right?
Mostert was out. I think Coleman was out.
Half of the damn roster is out. This is why I don't know why they won.
Yeah, that's what I was questioning too. I even dropped them as my defensive.
That's literally why I bet him last week. I'm like, I'm picking Daniel Jones over the 49ers missing half of their roster. Yes.
Yeah, when Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas are both gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That tells you more about the Giants than it does the 49ers.
That's why I'm thinking. I think they'll come back down to ground. I think the Eagles win it.
I got the 49ers though. Falcons and Packers Monday Night Football.
Packers. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Packers, man. Even if the Falcons had a lead in that game, they're gonna blow that one too.
Do y'all think this is the curse of Mike Vick, bro? Let's discuss. Y'all think this is the curse of Mike?
This is the curse of Atlanta.
This is Atlanta curse. This has don't.
Ever since Mike Vick left, man, I feel like, man, it's been a real. They got to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, and lost. This is the Atlanta curse, man. Because and that's why I'm so impressed with the Atlanta United being able to win that title, because Atlanta winning a title.
We're looking real
possible. I think it was a Georgia curse too, because Georgia Bulldogs. That's
what I'm saying. All Georgia teams. I don't care.
Georgia can make the playoffs 5 years in a row. They not beating Bama or Clemson ever.
I don't care if you're at Tech. I don't care if you're Georgia State. I don't care if you're in high school. Like, It's over. You're done. Like, it ain't win. You ain't win.
All right, bro. Let's move on to some NBA talk. We got some NBA Finals predictions. Derrick, who you got, bro? And how many games? How many games?
Series?
Yeah, the series. NBA Finals. Who you got? How many games?
Believe it or not, I think Miami could actually pull this off.
That's why I have you on the pod, man.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I know everyone's talking about LeBron and AD.
It's a universal thought that it's going to be Heat in 5. Not Heat in 5, but Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. I have Heat in 6 or 7. I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7 out of respect for LeBron and AD. But I think the way that they played the zone against the Celtics is a huge blueprint for what they're gonna do against the Lakers. Mm-hmm. I think they're like, they don't have like a solid superstar, right? It's just like, it's like the 04 Pistons. It's like everyone.
That's what I compared it to, bro. It's definitely like the 04 Pistons. And they beat Shaq and Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. But not just that. This is more of a battle of Eric Spoelstra versus LeBron James. This has nothing to do with Frank Vogel.
Totally agree.
This has nothing to do with the other guys on the bench. This is a matchup between Eric Spoelstra and LeBron James. I think Spoelstra will win this one. And I hate saying that. But my prediction was Boston winning the title, or whoever's coming out of the East matching up would most likely win the title. So I'm going to stick with it, and I'm just going to say Miami in 7. I think what you guys did to Boston, like that was strategic. Like Eric Spoelstra did.
That's coaching the NBA. That's what he does.
I'm at that point.
Yeah. I told Quincy, I was like, if they find a way to finish Boston before 7 games, I'll give Eric Spoelstra Coach of the Year. Even though Nick Nurse won it, the moment he won it, it was well deserved. But now I kind of see where Eric Spoelstra went from a top 3 nominee candidate for it to actually being the one that might have deserved it at that point. So,
well, my pick for the East was Boston, but my second pick was Miami. So I've had Miami as the dark horse to win it all.
Yeah,
but Eric Spoelstra, that's the reason why I was like kind of hoping to Milwaukee would come back in that series to either even it up or somehow beat Miami, because I was more afraid of Eric Spoelstra than I was of Giannis.
Oh, most definitely.
So, you have Jimmy Butler, you have Jay Crowder, you have Olynyk, you have Tyler Hero.
Yeah, Bam.
You got Bam. You got they're all Duncan Robinson. You've got all these guys on a team that you can lean on at some point, right? Like, all I can say for the Lakers, LeBron and AD are the guys you can consistently rely on. I can't consistently rely on Caruso, Kuzma, Danny Green, Rondo.
But if they pull out that zone, I would be worried about it, because you're getting them shooters kind of comfy.
Well,
Danny Green in the zone is dangerous.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. I think if they get into that zone, even if someone goes to the basket, I think Miami has the ability to draw those fouls. So I think the Lakers are going to get in early foul trouble a lot during this series. So that's why I'm saying, like, I just think those little things, those little details right there are what's going to actually win the title.
Yeah.
And the Lakers can't outshoot Miami. That's another thing. They're going to force those guys to go, get off the paint. I can live with 2 from LeBron and 2 from AD more than 3 from either one of those guys. So, I think they're gonna try.
What I will say, though, they are going to kill Miami on the glass, especially if they extend with that.
Hell yeah,
they're going to kill them on the glass, and that's what I'm worried about. If I'm a Miami fan, being a Miami fan, that's what I'm worried about the most. AD, especially if you keep that 2 big lineup, Miami doesn't have anybody after Bam. After Bam is really, you got Olynyk weak down there, so he ain't gonna pound with nobody. So it's like, bro, if you run a zone, Zone leaves you open to get offensive rebounds, and you got AD down there snagging boards. That's
what about Myers Leonard?
He's straight, but I ain't rocking with Leonard though.
I'm just asking because I haven't watched him.
I would have him before Olynyk in this series. I would have him before Olynyk. I would definitely have him before Olynyk.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say because I haven't watched him in Miami, so I haven't.
He was starting for most of the year. He looked good
for most of the year. I actually went to the game when they came here to play the Hawks.
Mm-hmm. He looked good, but I don't think against AD
hell off.
Yeah.
So
he went the hell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a streaky player, bro, but I can't see it in the playoffs, though. Like, I don't think he has the experience for it either. And he hasn't been playing this whole playoff, so we're just going to throw him out there against the best team in the NBA? That's kind of crazy, bro. So that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the rebounding and the paint. I think the Lakers are going to kill him in the paint.
Honestly, I got LA winning in 6. I feel like I love the Heat. I love all the points that y'all made. First off, I feel like even though with the Lakers, everybody know this is going to be for Kobe. This the chip for Kobe this year, being as what happened with his death and everything. LeBron trying to solidify his legacy even more with winning the championship with the third franchise and all of that. I feel like the heart that the Heat have, I feel like that is going to push them to make it a 6-game series. Plus the dog and Jimmy Butler, just the mind that Eric Spoelstra has of playing with LeBron, understanding LeBron to the T better than any other coach in the league. I feel like that's going to create a huge problem. But I feel LA will win just because I feel like what Colin Cowherd said earlier today makes a lot of sense. If you have the better amount of better players on the court at all times, you're always going to win the game, most likely. And I feel like you got LeBron and AD.
That's not true. I mean, we just seen it with Boston. Boston had better players on the court damn near at all times.
In most situations. Yeah. But I feel like –
don't bring that up.
But I'm just saying, to his point, that makes sense. So I'm saying that to his point, though. I know. If they had the better players, and we said that going into the series.
They had the better team. They had the better team.
But I feel like LA is going to get it done. I trust LeBron and AD to the point where it's like they can have mid around them. And if they're playing the team that everybody else thinks they're superior to, they're going to get the job done. I've seen LeBron take worse teams than this to the distance. So I'm trusting this LeBron James-led team. Plus, I feel like Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee are going to step up because, like Quincy said, other than Bam, you don't really got too much to rely on when it comes to the glass. And Dwight Howard has been playing phenomenal. I like the turnaround he's made since coming to L.A. JaVale McGee, he going to do what he does. I predict Kuzma and KCP to come up. I'm still not losing hope.
Have you not learned your lesson? He hasn't showed up all playoffs.
I'm not losing hope on Kuzma. He's going to have his moment. I never said it was going to be consistent. I said he was going to have his moment. He was going to have his moment.
This man been on this soapbox since round 1, and this man ain't did shit.
I'm telling y'all, Kuz going to have his moments. He's going to have
he'll have his moment when he gets a ring.
Yeah, moments
that's literally the only moment he'll have. Like, so realistically, I believe the Lakers will win it. But
realistically, me too.
I want to make the prediction of Miami. Right.
Too.
So
I'm the same way.
I'm just going to say Miami, but realistically, the Lakers are going to win, especially with the narrative. I don't even care if you have. I don't care if let's say you had the Clippers that were in the East and they were going to the finals against the Lakers. It's the narrative of Kobe Bryant. And that's actually, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I thought this narrative of 10 years since the last title was going to carry over to bringing Boston into the finals.
Oh, because it's been 10 years.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what I was leaning more toward. Because I figured, you have the biggest rival in the NBA. 10 years since the last matchup. Last one that won it was LA. Can LeBron? That's what I thought was going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's a narrative thing. So yeah, the Lakers are winning the title.
It's crazy. It's crazy that It's crazy that the Lakers 10 years ago beat Denver to get to the finals with Kobe. Right. And now they beat Denver 10 years later with LeBron and in hopes of winning another one. So that's just crazy.
Yeah. I think it's the jerseys. They should be disqualified from wearing the Black Mamba jerseys. If the Heat cannot wear the Vice jerseys, they cannot wear the Black Mamba jerseys.
Why can't the Heat wear the Vice
they can't wear them?
No. They're wearing just the black and white, regular black and white.
But I'm saying, why can't they wear the Vice jerseys?
Yeah, I didn't know there was.
You said it like it was like a reason.
But if they're not wearing the Vice jerseys, they should not be able to wear Black Mamba shit. I don't care.
But what's
I
the
agree
reason?
With that.
What's the reason?
I feel like that's a cheat code. They've never lost in those jerseys.
What's the reason for not being able to wear the Vice jerseys? Are they just choosing to not wear the Vice jerseys?
I don't know the rules.
If they're just choosing not to wear them, then
I don't know the rules, but I know they're not wearing them. And I know they're wearing the Black Mamba shit, and that's the cheat code.
If they're just choosing to not wear the Vice jersey, then that's their fault.
Wait, can y'all tell me why they decided to bring the everyone's basketball court to the bubble, and like they haven't been utilized since the exhibition games?
They brought
like what do you mean?
So you remember when the bubble started? Like everyone brought their courts.
Oh yeah.
To Orlando.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, everyone had their courts there. They set them up. You had Miami here. I think Indiana was right next to Miami. I forgot, how other ones.
I think they did that solely for practice reasons.
Oh, see, that makes no sense. See, I would prefer if you're going to do that all through the playoffs, home advantage, like put the courts out, and that would have. now no one is there now. It makes even more sense to just put the Miami floor in one room, the Lakers floor in the other room, and just leave it. You
want neutral.
Yeah, I'd rather take neutral.
You guys like the neutral setup more?
Yes, I love it. We talked about it last week. I love that, John. I wish it would stay like this.
But I wish it was fans.
See, I'm starting to come around to the neutral site, man. I'm starting to come around to it.
The hungrier team wins, and that's what I love the most. If you don't have the heart and you don't have the hunger to win, you're not winning. You're not getting past. And we've seen that with the Clippers.
Because everybody been criticizing the bubble, like, well, there ain't no fans, so it ain't no pressure, blah, blah, blah.
Scotty said that earlier this week.
This is the best playoffs we've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. This is the best playoffs we've seen in I don't know how long.
Ever. In both conferences.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's talking about, like, it ain't no fans, so it ain't no pressure. And I think
Scottie Pippen said that?
Scottie Pippen said this is a pickup game. Like, y'all tripping.
Yeah. He said that you have guys like Rondo that are shooting like 50% from the three, who has, career-wise, he's not a three-point shooter, which I agree with that. He's not, but
it's dropping.
If what you're see, also that's another thing is utilization, like, right? So like his percentage is going to go up higher, of course. But I think if you have everybody in this environment where it forces everyone to elevate their game.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with it.
Me neither.
Exactly. I'm almost at a point now where I'm fine if they wanted to keep it like this.
But
now
I think we brought it up before. What were you saying? What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say monetarily, I know that will never happen. Like I know that's never they will never do that. But in terms of what we're seeing with the game, this makes complete sense. I'm for it.
But my problem wouldn't even be the money, it would be the regular season. Because we see in players like Bron, if you don't have any incentive to be a number one seed or have home court advantage, would they really show up for real during the regular season? Drops in ratings, things like that. Because Bron can probably sneak in as an 8th seed and still clear out everybody. So there would really be no incentive.
I really feel like even though there's no incentive to be the first team at that point, I feel like the neutral setting just works so well for the playoffs and the finals. Like during the regular season, okay, everybody can have their home court advantage, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to have these 2 or 3 arenas where it's going to be neutral site playoff games. And fans are allowed to come, but the amount of fans that come for certain games, it might still be a home court advantage depending on who you're playing. So if like this year with Lakers and Portland, we know LA fans are going to outshine the Portland fans when it comes to it at a neutral site. Who's going to get tickets first? Who's going to, like, especially when it comes to stars coming, like, who's going to be involved more with stuff like that? What is that?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Yeah.
Miami getting dogged, man.
Yeah, but when it comes to who's going to show up more at a neutral site game, this is why I brought this up to Quincy. I never understood why Nick Saban never really liked neutral site games when it came to Alabama football, because you're Alabama. Your fans are going to show up more than any other team. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he always tried to steer away from neutral site games, I was like, that doesn't make sense for you. That doesn't make sense. So I feel like for the teams that will obviously be the attention grabbers for whatever playoff series, it makes sense for you because neutral or home, you're going to have the more fans. So I like that idea of neutral sightings for the playoffs and finals and letting fans just buy tickets.
Yeah, see, the only thing that I have a problem with these playoffs is that they didn't go ahead and just institute the 1 through 16 seeding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been it for me. Like you didn't have to. I know certain teams like Portland and Memphis had a shot at getting that 8 seed. But I would have been fine with just seeing 1 through 16. Like you just start the playoffs like that. Let us see who wins in a neutral site. That may have elevated the playoffs even higher, just doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like what I'm seeing, man. I wouldn't. I know next season they will most likely have to do a bubble situation again.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very interesting because what I would assume is that they would do northeast, southeast on the East Coast.
Yep.
Northwest, southwest on the West Coast.
Having like 4 neutral sightings, so that way they can spread the games out way easier.
Yeah. I'm assuming that because you can't bring all the teams into one bubble. It's not going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I like what they're doing. This makes the playoffs so much better. And you guys are right. These are the best playoffs we've seen in a very long time, especially for both conferences. So I like what they did.
All right, let's slide through these questions. All right, Derrick, short and sweet. What's next for the Celtics? How do they improve? How do they get to the finals by next season?
They only need to have a veteran on a team. Like I think they get a shooter. So like, say for example, like Kyle Korver, right? I think they need like 1 or 2 veterans. I would switch out Vincent Poirier because I don't even think he came back to the bubble once the baby was born. Trade him away. Trade Semi Ojeleye away.
Mm-hmm. I think he's a free agent anyway.
This is year 3. He's year in 3 right now. So he has 1 more year. And I think maybe Brad Wanamaker. Like those 3 guys, if you could just get rid of them and then, just put in 2 pure shooters. I think the thing that we saw against Miami is that they started settling for those perimeter shots and they didn't have people that were driving into the lane, which I almost lost my voice yelling at my screen, man. But Romeo Langford is a guy that I think will end up when he comes back from his surgery. I think he'll be that guy that will have more minutes that will drive into the lane in those moments. And then you just go get maybe a shooter or 2, and they'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in the finals next year, I think.
All right, Egg.
I agree. I think all they're missing is maybe 1 or 2 veteran players. They already got a strong leader in Kemba Walker. They got a superstar in Jason Tatum. They got an all-star in Jaylen Brown. And I feel like they really got the heart. Like, it's really nothing else missing. And Brad Stevens is a great coach. Mm-hmm. So just add that 1 extra piece and you good.
Get Tristan Thompson, they get to the finals. Next one, Oladipo wants to leave Indiana. Why are you looking like that? Tristan Thompson would have helped y'all out a lot this year. Yes.
Listen.
Tristan Thompson would have helped y'all out a lot this year.
You're talking about because it's a big, right?
Yes, because y'all need a big.
Robert Williams is that big that I think will step up next year in that position. So I'm not worried about it.
TBD. But I like what I'm seeing out of him. I like what I'm seeing. All right, bro. Oladipo said he wants to leave the Pacers in the offseason. What do you think are the best fits?
I don't know why he wants to leave, honestly.
They're like they don't want to cut him a check. They only
offer if his money if his money reasons, then hey, get your paper, go somewhere else. But other than that, I wouldn't see a reason for him wanting to leave. But where could he go at this moment?
I like the Bucks.
Ooh, that would work. So the Bucks, that's a good choice.
Let's go. Move Bledsoe.
But do you take?
And I think you have enough money after you trade Bledsoe. And somebody else. I think you have enough money for him.
But do you take Indiana though? That's the thing.
Either the Bucks,
3-team trade, 3-team trade, trade Bledsoe somewhere else. Hopefully, if you Indiana get a first round pick or something, a couple first round picks.
Would you go to Phoenix?
Ooh.
Side by side with Devin Booker?
You talking about Oladipo?
Oladipo?
Yeah.
Side
by side, Devin Booker, Oladipo.
I don't think that keeps Devin at the point. Yeah, I don't think that keeps Booker there. I think Booker's leaving.
You think he's gonna leave?
He signed a 5-year, did he not?
I don't think he signed a 5-year.
Bro, Phoenix does not need to. Phoenix does not need to lose Devin Booker.
They don't. I know. I agree with you.
When Draymond Green said he needs to get out of there, I was like, no. Why would you say that? Because Phoenix is on an upswing for real. So I feel like
a couple years ago he signed a 5-year, 158. So he there for like the next 4 years.
They add Oladipo and just trade off
3-4 years. Okay.
Trade off a few players. I feel like that'll be a huge help. Keep DeAndre Ayton, keep Devin Booker.
Oh yeah, Ayton a star. Oubre, I like Oubre too.
Yeah,
Aaron Baines.
Oladipo.
Aaron Baines was huge for them. Look, I'm not saying he's Shaq,
but we were talking about the stars. And
we were talking.
okay, all right, okay, all right.
That's why I was like, Baines. You think Baines like that?
No. Well, I mean, that was probably his best year in shooting from the three, though.
Oh no, it was. He was.
Yeah.
I was playing DFS a lot, and he was getting off.
Oh, okay,
yeah, for sure. So, all right, bro. Doc Rivers is gone in LA. So, what is next for the Clippers? Who is the next coach? And do you think Kawhi has something to do with this? Edgar?
Do I think Kawhi has something to do with him, like, parting ways with the Clippers?
Leaving. Do you think he said something to Ballmer kicked him out?
Nah. I feel like Doc just ain't been able to get it done with the Clippers, and he couldn't get it done with this team. So he was like, before y'all fire me, let me just go. I really feel like that's what happened. He was like, all these years, because you even said it, like the Clippers have had some of the deepest rosters over the past few years, like with the Blake Griffin CP3 teams and DeAndre Jordan that they had with those rosters. It's like, you couldn't get it done with them, and you can't get it done with this duo that's supposed to take down LeBron James. Yeah, Doc was like, before y'all fire me, let me just go. Y'all
and I said it was going to be like this, too. I said they were going to part ways on last podcast. I knew it was going to be some shit like that, part ways.
I hate that mess.
I swear I do. That shit's so funny, bro.
Because everybody asking, did he get fired or, like, did he quit? Or I'm like, they said they parted ways, so you're just supposed to take that however you want to take
it. Yeah. I honestly don't know. I think of all the teams that he's had in L.A., I think this is the one team that this wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I agree.
They just started going to ISO plays for some reason. Like
while not his fault. I don't blame Doc.
Not his fault. It just this is one where I think Ballmer should have kind of like waited maybe like another year.
I don't blame.
You had to get a scapegoat for that. You had to get a scapegoat. Either it was going to be PG or Doc. Well, somebody was going to get the scapegoat. And then
I am blaming Paul. I'm blaming Paul.
Yeah, Paul for sure.
And I'm blaming Kawhi too. We're not gonna let Kawhi off the hook because
but you're not getting rid of Kawhi.
Paul George gets the blame more so than Kawhi Leonard, though.
That's what I said. You're not getting the blame for Kawhi.
Nah,
more so.
The blame on Kawhi.
No, I'm saying, my fault. I said, but you're not going to trade Kawhi.
No, trading. No, right. I'm just saying the blame for them not continuing their season.
But I think you can actually trade PG.
Oh yeah,
Bill.
But do you
trade for Bradley Beal? I'm getting. Give me that.
I mean, I
Bradley Beal. You don't want Bradley Beal over PG?
Bradley Beal was perfect for that team.
But perfect, ain't he? Perfect for that team.
But I think a couple of guys are gonna be gone anyway.
Trade that nigga to Washington. Trade him to Washington trade PG to Washington. Him and Harold ass need to go on over there.
Everybody said this team was perfect.
Bill and somebody else. Bill and Bertans. If they can get Bill and Bertans for Harold and PG.
Now Bertans is someone I want.
That's a squad.
And
you got to close
it.
They said all of this before the beginning. We're PG, and we've seen how this turned out. So.
Yeah, no, but I think Bradley would be a better fit.
It would, but I need to see it to believe it. So
yeah.
And PG, not PG, but Bradley Beal doesn't get hurt, so he on the court more. PG, all these injuries, he got to come back on. He got to recover. You seen him with the ice back on the shoulder in the playoffs.
Yeah, there was something with Paul that kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. Like I understand depression. Like I truly understand depression. I've been through it for years.
Mm-hmm.
You can't shoot a ball though.
You sounded real Skip Bayless.
Like, bro, I
It sound like Skip.
Real Skip Bayless.
No.
But you the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I don't give a fuck.
No. Here's my thing, though. Like, if you're not able to shoot, can you not drive? Like, there was something just off with him, and that like, to me, that's why I'm saying, like, I can't say he didn't deal with depression. But there's something about it. Just
he folded. There's no other way to say it. I'm not gonna be nice about it. He folded.
I don't think he was dealing with depression, man.
I don't even want to blame depression for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like and he was trying to do that. Like that ain't it, bro. That ain't it, man. That's an insult to people that have actually dealt with depression. Like
real Skip Bayless
shit. It's just after you have a couple of bad games, you call it out mental illness. It's like
but see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying though. Like Dak Prescott, I understand because his brother committed suicide, right?
We don't know PG's story. He's not elaborating.
Yeah, but he basically just
came
out and said he wasn't depressed anymore.
I'm sorry, Paul George. I'm sorry for
we don't know
because I went through depression. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like I don't know that I can blame now when you don't have a bad shooting game. Like, I think it was like in the second round, right? Like against Denver when he was having those bad games, and all of a sudden he just snapped out of the depression. Like
depression has its ups and downs. That's what happens.
It does, but you have depression when you're having bad
literally
games.
What happens.
But you're depressed when you have bad games, and you're not depressed when you have good games. That's what didn't translate right to me.
Just because it doesn't show, that doesn't mean it's not.
I'm trying to keep
it sounding like Skip. I'm trying to keep it sounding like Skip.
We moving on,
bro.
We moving on.
The comments are going to get you, my guy. They're definitely going to get you.
All right,
but at Derrick _OTS. Let's talk.
Cool. So what is who is the next coach of the Clippers?
I think Ty Lue could get it.
I
think it's Ty Lue.
Ty.
I think it's Ty Lue too. Easy train.
Might as well.
Yeah.
All right, man. Where do we see Doc going? The coaching openings are Pacers, Rockets, Philly, OKC, Pelicans.
I gave my take earlier. OKC.
Okay. Derrick?
I mean, I think he's trying to get with Philly. He was talking about Embiid and Simmons when I think they faced them early this year. He raved about them. So I think he's gonna go to Philly. I hate it, but
I like D'Antoni way more in Philly, but I think Philly is the option. I think Brown really wants him there. I think Brown really wants Rivers. So
yeah,
I guess. College football, we're going to talk about this a little bit. The Pac-12 is returning. I think it's returning on November 6th. The Pac-12 is coming back. Big Ten is coming back on October 24th. How are we feeling with everybody coming back, bro? Still a whole lot of COVID out there in the world and a whole lot of shit because niggas is coming back still. But
honestly, other than Oregon, I'm not worried about the Pac-12 at all.
How are they coming back? You're never a factor. We don't need you.
That's what I said. Or other than Oregon, I'm not looking at the Pac-12. I'm sorry. I'm just.
And a lot of Oregon's best players like Javon Holland, I think one of their best.
Justin Herbert gone. They don't got a quarterback now to look at.
Yeah, like y'all not even gonna be good. It's like why is the Pac-12 returning? I don't understand.
Money, NCAA.
That's all it is.
Money.
It's COVID out there. Teams are still catching it.
Players
on teams are still catching it.
It's the NCAA. It's the NCAA. They're
gonna lose a lot of money. They're gonna lose a lot of money if they don't play.
Hey man,
same thing with NFL. That's with all these sports. If you're not playing, you're not making money, and they want to make money.
That's true. All right, bro. And the other college football news I had was Oklahoma, bro. Top 3 team came back on by Kansas State lose.
I seen some of that.
Yeah, I definitely seen some of that. So they're not a factor. So can the Big 12 just be disqualified as a whole? Can they just stop playing football this COVID season? Since Oklahoma isn't going to be a factor anymore, can they just stop? It's really a question I wrote down because they're wasting their time. They're really wasting their time. Y'all not going to make the playoff. Shout out to Pro. I want Pro to get his film, though.
Yeah, I'm about to say it.
I only want Pro to get his film. That's it. Other than that, I don't think they should be playing anymore. But Florida look good. Though. Let's talk about Florida for a little minute.
Whoa, we still got Baylor though. Baylor, I don't trust.
What are they ranked? What are they ranked?
Baylor not ranked.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, bro, Edgar, what you seeing out of Florida this weekend, bro?
I'm
Kyle
loving
Pitts
it.
look like a damn dog, boy.
Kyle Pitts is going to be Kyle Pitts is going to be the top tight end drafted in this upcoming draft. I'm still going with, I've been saying this since like the beginning of the summer. What did I say, Quincy? I said Kyle Trask is going to be the front runner for the Heisman, and everybody finally grasped their head around that after this past weekend. I said the Gators are going to win a national championship, and we're already top 3, and I feel like we won't lose a game this season. We have no reason to lose more than one game. And yeah, I got Dan Mullen winning Coach of the Year. Those are all 3 huge possibilities. And I'm adding the 4th one of Kyle Pitts being the top tight end drafted.
Derrick, who is your team?
I don't have a team in college football.
Oh wow! So do you even watch it?
I watch it sparingly. I want to get into college football because I don't have a team. I can't like that's my problem with baseball. I can't get into it because I don't have a team, and I don't want to just jump on a bandwagon.
Well, baseball is harder to get.
Hey
into
man, the Florida bandwagon wide open. We winning this year, so
baseball is harder to get a team for, but if you already love football, so football it should be easier for you to see a team.
It should be, but you know why it's hard for me to get with a team with college football because
Georgia. And them niggas not winning anything.
That's good, man. That's actually not
they can win
bad.
the SEC.
That's not even bad.
They can win the SEC all they want. They ain't winning nothing more than that. They win nothing more than that.
They had the chance. They had the chance.
There's such a high turnover rate with the players that it's hard for me to actually like get on. So if every year is just that new, it's like hard for me to actually sit down.
Oh, that's where you really find true fans. Like that's how you see real Alabama fans, and you see fans who just like Alabama because they win all the time.
And see, that's the thing. Alabama's big over here as well. Like even though I'm in Atlanta, south of Atlanta,
y'all right next to Alabama.
Yeah, so there's a ton of Alabama fans. I refuse to get on the bandwagon because that's cheating to me. I want to be with a team that I love, and I just don't know who I love.
True.
Yeah. So if you got that problem with turnover rate, you must not watch college basketball either, or you must not keep up with it.
I don't keep up with it.
College basketball.
I keep up with it to know who's coming out.
Their turnover ratio way bigger than college football.
Yeah.
Like, you might have the best team. Like Kansas might have the best team in the nation this year, and then like 3 of their top players might go to the draft, and then it's like they're starting all over again.
Right. I mean, I honestly like the building process with teams, so it probably wouldn't be horrible. But I actually thought about becoming a Duke fan because of Jason Tatum. But
I like Duke.
I'm trying to not.
I feel like everybody respects Duke.
I respect them. Yeah, I respect them in UConn, but I just don't know much about these teams like that to actually be a fan. So I just observe from afar.
Bet. All right, man. Let's move on to social media wants to know. Let's slide right through these. Which 0-3 team has the best chance to make the playoffs? The Texans, the Eagles, or the Falcons?
Oh, the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
Eagles?
Based off of the division,
yeah. It's a division.
I think when I made the poll, I think the Texans were the highest one on the poll when I made it.
But see, that's the thing. The Texans don't have a defense, and you remove D-Hop. So I don't know how you can even. I understood why Deshaun Watson signed because that's a lot of money to just.
Oh yeah, you're not turning that down.
Not turning that down, but
exactly.
But I wouldn't have been mad at him for leaving either.
Bill O'Brien needs to get fired, man. Jesus. He's been there for like 7-8 years and hasn't won anything.
I mean,
let's get that man out of there, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Especially after seeing when I saw that they were trading Clowney away, when that was like their best time together with Clowney and Watt.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, this is not going to work at all. So that to me, that's when everything just fell apart.
I think they don't want to fire him because he's the coach and the GM, and that's a real sticky situation.
See? And that's an issue. That's an issue.
Yeah. All right, bro. NFL MVP through week 3. We got Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, or Russell Wilson.
Out of those three,
I think those are the top three at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of those three, I say Russell Wilson.
I'm going Wilson too.
Papa Russ, bet. And who would you take for the next 5 years? Joe Burrow or Carson Wentz?
Joe Burrow. I don't know why the hell you put that damn question. I don't know why the hell.
I wanted to see his reaction.
I don't know why you put that question. Joe Burrow, without a doubt, no question.
I'm going Wentz. I'm still going Wentz. I'm still going Wentz.
You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain.
No, but I mean, it's not even just because as a fan. I've seen some things that he's done that to me I just like, and I think when he's on that level, he's one of the top in the league. That's it.
Joe Burrow. I think it's Burrow too. I think they're gonna put better pieces around him for right now. They got it's a real young coaching staff, young GM type shit going on. I think it's fresh blood in Cincinnati right now. I think they're gonna be on the upswing.
I'll say this one thing though: if Doug Peterson does not leave Philly, like in the next 5 years, I might concede.
I think my man still got to get back up with Frank.
I was about to say, I think that has nothing to do with the talent of Carson Wentz.
I think he got to get back paired with old boy Frank Wright. That's why he had his best season. Well, Wright.
He did.
If we're talking team production,
Indianapolis, man.
But that's play calling. It's play calling, strictly play calling.
Because if we're talking team production, then I understand.
Peterson needs an offensive coordinator. He needs someone that's going to call the plays and just.
So you want Bieniemy to come in as an OC? Or you want
I want him as a head coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because if you're not going to have an offensive coordinator, just let him do it.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Let's move on to entertainment. Tory Lanez dropping music after attempted murder. What's going on here?
Oh my God! This is not to say attempted.
No, that's what happened though. Let's call it how it is. It was attempted murder. He shot a gun.
I feel like, first off, well, he said he dropped it the day that he dropped it because that's when his mom I think his mom passed or something like that. So that was the reason he dropped it when he dropped it. But I was like, still, you kind of dropped it in the middle of all this Breonna Taylor shit. Plus, it's like you're kind of talking shit about black women and uplifting white women on the album. So I'm like, you uplifting Kylie, but you talking shit about like other black like female stars. So I'm like, I can't rock with that. I can't. Even if the songs are good, this is not a good way to do it.
You listen to the album?
I don't know if it was an album or a
17 tracks.
Yeah, playlist or whatever you want to call it. But he came out and made a post yesterday, I think, talking about God and how, like, anybody that come out talking about God in a situation where we know they're wrong, like, you just really know they're wrong at that point.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I can't really support Tory at this point. I mean, if the music that he drops in the future, if it keeps being good, I'll listen because I can separate the art.
No! I'm not going to allow you to say this. With Tory Lanez is canceled, man. Tory Lanez, we cannot listen to. I wasn't listening to Tory Lanez before, and I damn sure not gonna listen.
I mean, I don't listen to him, but if he plays and I like the song, then I ain't gonna skip it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't cancel R. Kelly, so what the hell?
I didn't. In terms of music, I didn't even know Tory Lanez was an artist until like 2 years ago. So I wasn't listening to his music back then. I had no interest in listening to this album at all. One, because. Well, yeah, because one, you're like, you were speaking all through the summer with his thing on IGTV, right? He was loud as hell. Now all of a sudden you shoot Meg in the foot. Now no one can get a word from you, and the way you want to respond to that situation is by this album. So not only are, like you say, if that's what he's talking about on the album, not only are you denigrating a black woman for a white woman, you are also talking about this situation and earning money off a black woman's pain. So I can't rock with it at all. And nothing Tory Lanez does now is ever going to be something that I support. So
he was dissing a lot of people. He dissed a lot of people on that album. I was like, he just name dropping everybody.
From what I heard, he didn't even like.
Bro. You can't bang with Tory Lanez after this situation.
Yeah.
At this point, bro, it's like now I got to question you.
Excuse me. And also, like from what I heard, he didn't even like fully address the situation, like say what he did or did not.
Wasn't he supposed to be having an IG live or something like that? And he didn't even have.
He did go live, but I didn't
get
to watch it. I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, I thought he was gonna have a live to actually like explain his side.
Bro, that man is not gonna explain what happened at all.
Nah, I don't. Not, and someone was I heard that he also it wasn't just him and the friend, it was also the bodyguard that was in the truck. So here's my thing: if you're having an argument with your girl, why are you bringing the gun out anyway? I don't even think he's legally allowed to even have a gun because he's not a U.S. citizen. So I like. It's just a lot of question marks around everything. So
Meg said the gun was like in possession of no one, like it was no one's registered gun. So that was another reason
why would you pick it up? Like, why would you pick it up if you're in an argument with your girl? My only thing is that he feared for his life because he's so small. That's like the only thing I can even possibly think about.
And like, he's a stallion.
It's literally the only thing I can even think of.
No, that's not what we're doing.
No, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying, like,
that's the only thing you could.
That's the only thing that you could possibly say that I could say. Okay,
I think they came out with like what the fight was about and all that. Like she was trying to get out of the car. I think
so they tried. People have been making scenarios saying that Meg.
I thought the actual story came out. Somebody wrote it in the article, like the actual story.
We don't know the actual story.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying they was talking, and people were saying Tori was trying to get with Kylie, and Meg got jealous, and that's why they even started arguing, and then it got escalated because of this. That I'm like, I want to hear from Tory Lanez. I want to hear what Tory Lanez has to say about what happened.
Why? When you already heard what Meg said.
I want to hear both sides. Even if I like the side of what I'm hearing, I still want to hear the opposite side because it's two sides to the story. It's
the only reason why I want to hear what he has to say is because quarantine radio was something that was blasting all summer long.
Damn, that's true.
So you gotta speak, bro. Like
that's true. Damn.
And if you didn't do it, here's my thing: if someone's saying I shot them, and maybe let's say there's even like a legal reason as to why I can't give details. If I didn't shoot them, I'm at least gonna say that's not true.
So the fact that he's not coming out saying I didn't do it, I see dudes all on Facebook, all on Twitter saying, "Bro, he may not have did it. You don't know that he did it. If he ain't do it, trust me, he would have been came out and said I ain't do that shit. He would have been came out and said I ain't do that shit. The fact that he's taking so long to say he didn't do it, and now that he finally spoke, he's still not really saying whether he did it or not. He did that shit. You can't defend that. You really can't.
Yeah.
And I've heard too many like famous women say he has a little man complex already.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I heard someone said the reason why they got into a fight is because Meg picked him up and was running around with him.
No,
running around with him on her shoulders, she was just running around with him on his shoulders, and that's the reason why they got into an argument. That's what I'm saying. But even with that, like if they were already together, and that's your girl,
is that confirmed? He was messing with her?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
They were probably talking. Meg have been in a bunch of situations where everybody thought she was talking to certain people. Her and Moneybagg Yo, they was fucking with each other, but they weren't a thing like how everybody tried to make it. And then she was laid up with G-Eazy one night just for a thirst trap to get everybody to talk.
That was weird.
That was.
She did that to get the reaction that everybody had. She wanted everybody to be like, damn, she talking to everybody. And then she was in the car with Trey Songz one time, rubbing on his face and all that. Meg do this shit purposely to make people.
He was fucking on Trey. I feel like it was. Most likely was.
I mean, I ain't denying that she was. I'm just saying, like, she does this on purpose, so you can't really tell who she fucking with. She do that shit to fuck people.
I mean, and then it'll probably turn out she wasn't in a relationship with any of them. She has a side nigga, that
literally
quiet. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would play that Stedman role. I'm fine with that. Like,
facts.
I have
facts.
No issue with that.
I'm a house husband.
Yeah.
What's your job? I'm a house husband.
I clean.
No kids? No, I just be at the house chilling.
I watch the dog. I watch her dog.
Yeah, man, I take him
schedule.
for walks, man. Me and him get exercise. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? That's an everyday thing. That's a lot of work, man. I get off the couch and shit. You know what I'm saying? Walk around the house. You know, that's work. All right.
Especially if it's a big house.
It's a huge house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Let's move into the next one, bro. I got Amazon introduces ability to pay with your hands. Derrick told me that this is not new news. This has been out for a while, but it just wrote an article about it. So how y'all feeling about this shit?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I'm already getting my face scanned. I don't need nothing else scanned on my body.
So I'm guessing they said you were going to have to pay just by like the lines in your hands. They could tell like who you are, like all your information just off the scan of it. So like quicker.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Quicker transaction.
If you're able to fingerprint me at a police station, that's one thing. I'm not willingly giving you my fingerprint, palm print, eye scan, face. I'm not willingly giving that. Now, if you get it and I don't know, that's one thing. Like you said, Edgar, like these phones, it's possible. But I'm not willing. Like you can go to Whole Foods and pay with your finger.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm good. But you know, there will be a time where that's most likely how things will be. You have to, because it's already on iPhone right now where that's how you pay.
iPhone been getting our fingerprints for years, and now over the past 3 to 4 years, they've been getting our faces. So
yeah, they have my fingerprint because I thought that mess was cool as hell.
Yeah.
But as soon as I started thinking about it, I'm like, hold the hell up, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Y'all know my DNA at this point.
Yeah.
I low key can ask Apple what's my blood type at this point.
See, that's, you know what?
Oh, negative. I seen it.
I slick.
The fact that I don't know my blood type. Let's not throw it out there just in case that's what it is.
I slick have a little apprehension with the DNA test thing.
Yeah.
Not DNA, but the get your ancestry thing.
Oh.
I'm a little apprehensive about it, but I did it like 2 or 3 years ago because it was.
Oh, they got all your shit there.
Yeah, they got. Yeah,
they make you give all your information up to find your background.
Yeah, they can make a clone of me and kill me off. Like
you got to give up all your information.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like if I were to ever have kids, they're never. I'm like, as long as they're in my house, they're never doing stuff like that.
Ask me who your grandma is. Ask me who your great grandma is. I don't want you to do no ancestry.
Yeah.
If I don't know, you don't know, my nigga. That's
right.
We don't need to.
We'll just die not knowing. That's it.
We gotta go back too far, man, because they the past at each other, man. That's all. All right, bro. I wanted to say some other shit, but we can move on. Pass the ox, man. Give us the song of the week. Edgar, what's the song of the week?
I've been juggling around a lot. I don't think I've had one song this week, but I'll probably go back to that Big Sean album with it's actually the song for the NBA Finals right now, Don Life featuring Lil Wayne. I'll probably pick that right now.
Yeah. Shoot, I was just listening to that album today while I was working out.
You bang with it?
Oh yeah. And I'm not a Post Malone fan, but Wolves was. That's a good song. That's a dope track. I think there's been one. I've been listening to everything as well, but I think there was one that really stuck with me the last couple of days, and that was actually Jermaine's interlude from DJ Khaled's album. I forgot the name of it. It was like 2 albums ago.
It was the one with the keys or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
That might have been
one. Yeah. But that was J. Cole's song on there, and I've been playing that on repeat the last 2 days. So I'll just say that.
And mine is "Shine" by Joey Badass. I heard he come out with this album soon too.
Yeah.
Immediately. But Edgar, you can hit him with the social media.
And before we do that, Drake might be dropping soon.
How you know?
October 3rd. I don't know if something is dropping. Like DJ Khaled posted it because one of Drake's OVO camp members, they posted on their story a few days ago a billboard of the owl, and it said 10/3/20, and it said OVO the Grove, and I'm like,
so that's Friday, ain't it?
That's Saturday. So that's a weird day. That's why I don't think it's the album. It might be another single or something like that. And since DJ Khaled shared it, this might be a single that'll be on Drake's album, as opposed to the 2 songs that he dropped with DJ Khaled that are going to be on Khaled's album. So we might get a DJ Khaled Drake song that'll be on Certified Lover Boy. So I feel like that one might drop this Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. Always good to hear New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Drake drops another album, like, I want to hear something close to Nothing Was the Same. That balance of rap and singing that he had on there, I wouldn't
be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad.
I
feel like that's what we're gonna get. Due to the title of Certified Lover Boy, I feel like we're gonna get Nothing Was the Same. Kind of Take Care vibes.
I feel Take Care is definitely the one he might be trying to go after. By
most likely. No, but Nothing Was the Same to me was his best album. Yeah. So I want him to get, there. Views, More Life, Scorpion. I couldn't.
Views was his best album. Let's not go crazy.
Views is his best album?
Views is the best album.
Thank Me Later. Best album.
I would say whatever between Thank Me Later, Nothing Was the Same, and Take Care. If you want to make an argument for one of those, I'm fine with it.
Nah.
But the stuff he's come out with since after 2015, nah.
Nah, Views was it. Views was it.
Views definitely.
Views snap. Views snap, bro.
It lived up to the hype. The hype that he built for it over that summer when he dropped What a Time to Be Alive with Future. The hype that he built from it from then to that following April, he lived up to that hype.
I felt he plummeted between Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah, you true.
I mean, if
More Life, Scorpion, I agree with you, but
More Life was mid, but More Life wasn't even an album. He said that was a playlist. That was really just a playlist. So
it plays as an album.
It does. It does.
So that's why I say, to me, it's just so I can slightly give him a pass on that. But Scorpion to me had the hype of Nothing Was the Same, and no. There are good tracks. There are good tracks on Nothing Was on Scorpion. There are good tracks on Views. But as an album,
I really like Scorpion. I like Scorpion more than a lot of other people. I like that album way more than a lot of other people.
The second part of the album is fire. I ain't gonna lie, but the first part,
Whoa, you like the first part? The second part better? I low-key like the first part better. Survival, nonstop.
Bro, My Feelings, Ratchet Happy Birthday, After Dark.
Well, we're gonna compare this.
Side A to me was more of.
We're gonna compare this really quick.
No, supposed to be getting out of here. It's getting late. This man trying to compare.
No, I just want to name. I just want to name them off. Survival. That's a top tier intro. It's one of the best intros he's ever made. Nonstop, definitely one of
it was the best one to me.
I mean, it's one of the top 3.
Okay.
Nonstop, that was definitely one of the hype songs of the summer. Elevate, fire. Emotionless, fire. God's Plan was literally, I think that's
the only one I'm giving the summer.
That's like 1 billion views on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. I'm Upset, banger. 8 out of 10. Lyrically, that was one of the best songs on the album. Yeah. Mob Ties, one of the catchiest phrases. Sick of these niggas.
Yeah.
Can't Take a Joke, too catchy. Sandra's Rose, lyrical content. Talk Up featuring Jay-Z, one of the top collabs of that summer. Yeah.
Side A was better.
No, it was Jaded, Nice Wet, Finesse, Ratchet Happy Birthday, In My Feelings, After Dark. And what's
the fact that you didn't even name Blue Tint. This how I know you ain't really rocking.
I got Blue Tint downloaded. I skip all the ones. I really don't like Don't Matter to Me, and that's the only one I don't like. Don't Matter to Me is the only one I don't like.
You don't fuck with March 14th?
Oh yeah, March 14th. I said what? That was the one he's talking about his baby. Which one he's talking about his baby?
March 14th.
March 14th. Yeah, March 14th. Blue Tint, Finesse, Night for What, Jaded. All better than what you just named in that first half.
That's how you feel is better than Finesse.
What song is better than Jaded?
On side B?
That's the old Drake right there. I promise to you that's the old Drake.
On side B or in the whole album?
That's better than anything on the whole
Sandra's Rose was better than Jaded.
You're crazy. All right. We can end it right there because you're talking crazy, bro. I'm ready to eat, bro. So let's get to it on. All right. Anyway.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_and_E_podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Q&E Podcast. Click the notification bell. Click all. That way you can see anytime we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, concerns, fan mail. We'll get back to you as soon as possible on there. Quincy's Twitter is Q_Hicks3. Mine is Edgar Martin 97. You can get Quincy on Instagram at Q Hicks Production, and you can follow me at Edgar Martin Official. Shout out to Blue Collar Media Group and MTMV Sports. Derrick, go ahead and give yours.
I always marvel that you can do that because one take too. Amazing. At Derrick_OTS. That's the black way to spell Derrick, Derrick. And also at OTS Guys on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and follow us subscribe to us on YouTube as well. We have this done. Dragic already.
I seen Dragic got hurt too. Dragic get hurt.
Yeah, but follow us on subscribe to us on YouTube. We have a couple of YouTube-based shows that are coming out in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that.
Definitely subscribe to them over on the YouTube and subscribe to us on all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and our iHeartRadio. We're trying to get on Amazon Music right now. And subscribe to my personal YouTube. Just type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar. I'm up to 40 subscribers, bro. Let's get to 50 by the end of the week. And we are almost at 100 on the channel, on the podcast channel, bro. We're at 94 right now, bro. Let's get to that by the end of the week, my G. We six away.
And we a couple of weeks away from our year anniversary of starting the pod. So make sure y'all keep tuning in. And we might have a surprise for y'all too coming up with that year.
Yeah, it might be some type of sweet state, some shit like that. Well, we appreciate y'all for listening. And we out. Peace.